Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Marshall stream for the Senior and Women's Championship 2024. We have 5 rounds for you this weekend. The time control is at 90-30 with one time control sudden death, so no extra time after 40 moves. 1 round this evening, 2 rounds on Saturday, 2 rounds on Sunday. I work for the Marshall Chess Club. My name is Miguel Garcia. I've been rated 1900 most of the time, and 2000 recently this summer I was able to break through. And this is my coworker Tamar.
Oh, hi everyone. My name is Tamar. I also work at the Martial Chess Club, and I don't often play anymore as much as Mr. Garcia does.
Tell
But
them, tell them,
huh?
tell them, tell them.
Yes, but I do enjoy teaching at the moment, and we are here to start a martial senior championship and martial women's championship. So we are thrilled to be here and then to see the games.
Yeah. All right. So we want to start off with the senior championship. The camera we have for the championship is also on a 15-minute delay, just like the boards. So we have the top 5 boards here. Longtime board member Sam Matera playing against longtime player George Berg. He's always here on the weekly events,
Hmm.
playing the weekly 90-30s, and um, yeah, this is his time control. He definitely knows his game. So maybe we can start going through
Hmm. Yeah.
this first game.
Yeah.
So board one
So we have a Sicilian here.
with a quick d4.
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot against the c3 d4 lines. That's George doing that, right? Okay, yeah, that's George. Changing here in the center,
Very solid.
developing. I either see the order change here, like a6 or queen
Yeah,
c7.
usually I like A6.
A6
Yeah, A6 and then Queen C7.
a little bit more solid.
Exactly. Yeah.
Are there any like traps here, like if they were to attack right away, or
Oh, the knight DB5,
just a personal
but that,
preference?
yeah,
Yeah.
probably. And then Queen usually is gonna go against the B8. G3, D6.
Fianchetto there
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
castling. I don't know much about these lines, but now this is looking more like my kind of position.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so what would you do instead of, for instance, like,
yeah, I don't know about a4. I guess maybe you're just stopping their
yeah,
plan.
B5, yes, probably, yes.
Kingston in the center. I want to try and open the center somehow. Just a quick rookie one.
Sure, but I don't think you have anything at the moment. Like, Bishop E7, Knight F6, it's solid, I believe so.
All right,
So let's
so
see.
what happens next? A4, F6.
Bishop G4. Yeah,
Everyone seems to
yeah,
get developed, castled.
yeah,
Maybe they're friends.
yeah. Yeah,
No, but yeah,
very nice
obviously super
development.
solid.
Yeah, definitely.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
So now, I don't know, probably F4 maybe at some point. Sounds like looks good.
Yeah, yeah, I would probably put my king on h1 or h2
Exactly.
first, and then
Yep.
try
Hmm.
and go for f4.
Yeah.
Where do your rooks go? Black wants to play on the c file, or
That's a good question. I'm not sure exactly what Black wants to do here, but definitely, well, the B5 is no longer. They cannot play that to break through, but maybe perhaps prepare. They can play Rook A B8, trade on D4, and then play B5. It's a possibility to open up the queen side.
mm-hmm. Yeah, and queen d2.
I mean, where would you place the
Yeah,
queen? And
where
like,
else, right?
like queen D2 is like has to protect the D4 knight, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
Yeah, and you don't want to hang out on d3 right now.
exactly.
Okay,
All right, so
still the opening, I think,
exactly,
right?
it's still opening. So let's see what they're gonna do.
On
Okay.
board two, we have Grandmaster Sergey Kuzhin
Sergey Kotrin. Yes.
against Robert Olsen.
Hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of, I think, lopsided matches by rating at first
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
first round, but they're all long-term players and come here so often. They probably know each other's strategies already.
Oh, probably. Yeah, they play probably so many games with each other. So yeah.
What are long lives?
Huh?
Okay.
It's like it's a kind of perk, I would say. Yeah. Interesting. A6.
Everyone just throws that A4 pawn against
Yeah.
A6. I gotta start doing that. Okay.
Oh wow.
This
Okay,
is
so this is already kind of make a decision that.
what? Is this
Ooh.
what I have to do? At Grandmaster Strike, that's what I.
Yeah,
These
that.
are the lines you play?
Oh no, yes, but that's obvious now that White wants to attack the, king.
Just
There was no.
just leave everyone else.
Exactly
You don't need everyone
behind.
else.
You don't
Just
need
just push it.
that. Exactly.
Oh
Uh,
man, this feels like a bullet game that I've played against like once or
I mean, I
twice.
guess in bullet is acceptable, but I don't know. Maybe, Sergey just
Like
having
if I put
fun.
myself in Black's point of view, like I've definitely had this experience with Black, just a bunch of
Right.
pawns coming my way,
Right,
and
right, right, right. It kind of looks scary, right, from the back side,
no, I'm
but
just like just
yeah.
why are these pieces still there? Why are you
I
not
guess
castled?
they're not ready yet.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't know. I don't know what's happening here.
All
So many pawn moves. Fanchetto's here anyways. So like I've done some early G4 H3 maneuvers because of misclicks, and then I always end up putting my bishop here on
right. That's
G3.
a good idea. Also, I was thinking maybe knight G2 and G3 is possible, right?
Okay, yeah,
And then
might hang it out
castle,
on
yeah,
G3.
G3 castle link they can do, or or queen D2 and then kind of have a bolt option castle.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I mean, if he's already pushing these, he's
yeah,
castling queenside or
e-
not castling at all.
exactly, yeah.
All right. Can we close here and then just continue our attack? Let's close this
D5,
with D5,
D5, knight D7, perhaps, and then
and then just continue Queen
queen
D2,
D2.
castle.
Yeah,
Like just lock this up first.
that looks good. Yeah, sure. But then knight G2. Yeah, so that's what they did. Okay.
Right.
So the rook B8 with the B5 idea. So they probably
Yeah, probably.
they're thinking like, okay, if you're gonna castle on this side, I'm ready to attack you with the B5. Sure.
Just want to double check on something.
Yeah.
At least.
On this
Okay.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's good.
board three, we have Grandmaster Road. That
Oh.
works with success now, and I think one of his buys is because he has to be at work, right?
Exactly. He has to be
He has to be at work. But
Oh.
he has a buy later in the tournament, and against Cyprian Solomon, 1900 player. Definitely have faint memories of facing him. Just put our eyes on him, but let's see what they played.
So Mr. Road played D4. Okay.
I think he's with black actually.
Oh, he's a black. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, he's
yeah.
black. Okay.
So
F6.
bit of a D4 line and then disrupting right away.
Yeah. Okay.
Doesn't care. Okay.
Doesn't care. Yeah. Castle. We have
Like
castle
giving
too.
them the opportunity to do this makes me nervous, but
E4.
grandmasters know what they're doing, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think E4 will benefit them. Like,
Yeah, yeah, I guess
because the
this
knight
happens right away.
G5, rook
So
8, queen
as soon as
C2.
they play C6, maybe you react.
Yeah,
Like as soon as they're ready to protect it
exactly.
later.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, and then even castling, like they might have rook E8.
yeah.
All right, still no reaction on that.
Okay.
Quick E5. Okay, now we take.
Okay.
No,
Yeah,
there's
because now E4 was coming.
now
Okay.
E4 was coming.
Yeah, because knight G5 wouldn't work if H6. Okay.
Ooh.
Hmm. Oh,
H6,
okay.
right? Okay, okay.
Do you
Let
see what I
me,
mean?
yeah, yeah. Let me go through that.
So if you play this,
And I forget about him,
yeah, knight G5 and H6.
and then H6 right away kicks him out.
Yeah,
So I'm not gonna
exactly.
get enough attackers on that.
Exactly. You don't have enough time to do so. Yeah, correct. So let's go back.
Oops.
So
B3.
B3, rook E8.
He reacted then.
And E4. So he closed it. I don't know. It's like interesting. E4 kind of gives away the d4 square. I
Yeah.
don't know because like knight d5,
But maybe
like
since the knight's not on
c6.
c6, then he can't get
Yeah,
to
but that
d4.
I can always go knight e6 and d4, right? And then c6 blocks the knight d5.
That might be the maneuver he's going for. Knight
Yeah,
c5, e6, and then
yeah,
here.
yeah,
Little Harry Potter scar over here.
exactly. Like a zigzag. Oh, that's what they did actually. Okay.
Thinking like a grandmaster.
Oh, wow.
See, I told you you should have played.
Probably I should.
Next year you'll be the one
I need
playing
I
on the
need to
board.
prepare. Yes, I don't feel like, I'm ready to play.
Yeah,
I'm a bit rusty, so but I would definitely like to get back into the tournaments.
yeah. I'm sure it'll be happening soon. All right, they turn on f6. Here we take with queen or with bishop. What's gonna happen?
Oh, that's a good one. Per Tough one. I would.
Oh, it's okay. This knight here stops any like worries that I had, right?
Yeah, there's
There's no
nothing really.
attacks on
No, no.
g5 or.
No, but like probably bishop f6 kind of gives the white bishop to go h6, perhaps. I mean,
Oh, okay, so
so I'm guessing
not
the
where I was
queen.
looking. All right, so queen takes first. Yeah, bishop takes allows bishop h6. I see. So
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right.
yeah, I was worried there might be like something on g5
Yeah,
even
but
after
you have a knight on
h4,
e6.
but the
Yeah.
knight's covering
And
it.
it's
They can
blocking.
always trade out.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Now the rook slides over to d1.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, now knight
Knight on
d4
d4.
looks really good and kind of scary a bit. I don't know.
I feel like black is behind in development, but this knight's gonna
I don't
slow
know.
everything
So
down. Like
here's the
it's not like it's
problem.
gonna open up.
Exactly.
It's not
So
gonna open up quickly.
yeah, bishop e2 kind of like I don't know. Right now doesn't have a much going on. Bishop e2 kind of stuck.
I'm not gonna help him by trading.
No,
I'm just
no,
gonna
no,
stay
no,
here.
no. I'm gonna leave the knight on d4 definitely, and then the bishop c8 will get developed on g4, and perhaps then I will trade that bishop into the knight, because I have a very powerful knight instead. And I would keep it, and that bishop on g7 becomes very strong as well. So I kind of like black's position here.
Yeah, he has more control, even though it feels like he's a little bit behind
Yeah,
with two
yeah,
pieces still at their starting scores. But
yeah, yeah. So the
this is
play
a big roadblock.
exactly. So black now needs like a two moves, bishop g4 and rook a to d8, and then they're done with development.
Nice.
So yeah, so let's see how it's gonna go.
Okay, now we're gonna move on to the Iron Man of chess, Mr. Jay Bonin.
Oh.
He's been around forever. I still remember him playing when I was 5 years old, and I probably had games against him when I was playing at the
Yes,
chess club
yes, then
as a kid, and so glad. Grandmaster Road as well. He's been here forever to both. So he has white this game
mm-hmm.
against Akram Shihara, and not the same order I developed, but very similar to my opening.
Okay. Bishop
Gonna
g7,
go
a4.
directly into Moroxy. Nice.
Yeah, yeah. And a
I'm always
transition.
playing knight.
Yeah, knight c6. Well, d6 probably to just prevent e5, but knight c6 is also like one of the lines, right?
Yeah, my lines start with knight c6. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting seeing how Jerry plays in Moroxy. I might end up facing him, and
Right. So there we
hopefully
go.
he uses the same idea. Let me
So
save this
this is
game real
perfect to
quick
prepare, right?
for the next Thursday action when I have to face him in round 3. Be perfect. Just gonna save this game. All right. As black, I'm always like, this is one of my active pieces. I don't want to give
To
it up.
trade, yeah.
I don't want to trade it. But I guess after
So
f3, it's
what's the
tough.
I mean, what's the goal for the bishop on c8? What we are going to do with that? That's a
Cry because this is
yeah.
the formation that's coming, right?
I know.
I just cry with my bishop. I don't know.
So maybe, I don't know, maybe a6.
I spy for chances to like give it up for 2 pawns to create a little fake something and put some pressure on
That's,
my opponent.
yeah.
That's my style all the time, but not accurate, but
Yeah.
but for some pressure. Um, yeah, especially after trading, then maybe the bishop can take the knight's spot, right? The knight can end
Sure.
up on c6 eventually,
I'll probably play bishop d7 first, maybe, and then knight
and then trade.
d4, maybe. I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah,
I don't know. I was also thinking maybe a6, queen c7 with the b6 idea, but I don't think
Mm.
that's a good idea because the knight d5.
Yeah, that comes
The
to
idea
d5
because
and
I wanted to develop the bishop on b7, but I don't think he's gonna give me, that many time to do so.
yeah, I'm just surprised he'll give up his knight like this.
Yeah, very.
But okay, even quicker.
Okay,
Put it on b7.
sure.
Double fianchetto, why not?
Yeah, so the
I'm actually
bishop.
liking this now. I'm gonna steal this. I never want to trade here, but now this looks fun. F3, I guess, holds everything together after this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be playing towards F4 eventually, or hmm, I don't know, F flat
That's an
to break
interesting
this
position now. Like,
or this.
I don't know, e6. E6 becomes very weak now, and
I
then you
always
can.
convince myself to play E6 at the wrong moment.
Yeah,
Every
this is
single
this is
time.
this is not a moment. I usually when you play, kind of like a dragon and play bishop on, do a fianchetto on bishop on g7, I kind of try to avoid play e6 because of the d6 pawn. Um,
Yeah, as
you
long if this is still not resolved, then it
exactly.
becomes a problem.
So, oh, so knight d7. It's very interesting. So they decide to trade the
The
bishops.
dragon bishop
Hmm.
gone, forgotten. Then rook c1. I mean, white
So
has to have an advantage here, no?
I think so. What about like well, queen d4 check with a knight d5? We can do this.
And then knight d5.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's powerful. I mean, I
it's
don't see a lot of good
interesting.
options.
I mean, if you trade, then the c captures d5, opening up that c file with the c6, very good kind of little.
These pawns look so weak too. They're
Yeah,
touched right away,
yeah.
attacked right away.
So I don't know. You cannot really trade with me on d5. Oh wow, f4. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
So what's the goal to play f5?
Yeah, 5 might
Hmm,
create a weakness.
I don't really see it
Or
though.
maybe queen check and then e5. But
I mean,
oh,
now
maybe the bishop's gonna go to
bishop
f3 and
f3.
challenge this bishop.
I don't know. I kind of interesting. I will probably play knight d5 first, kind of to test the water, I should say.
Provoke e6.
Yeah, I mean, if you play e6,
You'll provoke
yeah.
e6 out of me. Yeah. You know how you'll get the weaknesses out of
Yes,
me.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
exactly. Okay,
All right, so
so
who we have next?
do we have the fifth board, we just don't have the clock connected to it. Um so on a faulty boards for 4c5, c3, d5 right away.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So when the queen takes d4, start developing.
Interesting.
Don't know much about this position, especially this queen being out here the whole time makes me nervous. I don't know. I don't know what
Why
it's gonna
knight 90?
do. I don't know if I'm gonna
Why
attack it.
97? I mean, they kind of block in a D file. Where the
Maybe they're
knight
comfortable back on c6,
took an out?
patrolling d5.
Possible.
Mm.
With maybe B6 with the bishop B7?
Right?
Okay.
I mean, are they
Um,
going to cycle through their knights like this because it's harder for them to
I
play
mean,
f3 or kick
I
me out?
think I don't know. The 97 at the moment is very important to kind of protect the e5 square, so the knight e5 doesn't go, maybe, and then bishop b7. Then I think black are pretty good in that position, and then I can cycle the knight on e4 and the knight d f6.
Right. Makes sense.
So yeah, but we'll see.
Okay, so those are the five boards at the senior championship.
Mhm.
We're gonna move over to the women's championship now. Um, we did have a pairing change very late into the evening, so we had uh, some pairings that were shared with Lichess that didn't actually happen. So we're still working on getting that fixed.
This is the girls' pairings right here.
Okay, so we have the women's pairings here. We have 8 boards, so I'm gonna move down to up in this one since we went up to down in the other one.
Yeah, sure. Let's
And
start from the bottom
where
up.
is
So we're looking for
Sydney?
Sydney Strauss and Nico Alvarado Yoshida.
Right. Looks like we're having some trouble with that board. I'm gonna have to tell the guys downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
What's the other board? Board 7?
Do we have a board sound?
Yeah, we have to read through the pairings and see which ones are actually active. Sorry, guys.
I think that's the one.
Yvette. I know Yvette. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we have. Oh, okay, wait. Here we have.
Yeah, that's correct one. Yeah.
There we
There
go.
we
Okay,
go.
so this is board 8.
Okay.
Sydney, I know from Bushwick Chess Club. She plays pretty often there, so
Mm.
I reminded her to check her FIDE rating because her USCF rating wasn't there yet,
Oh,
but
what?
it was like 14
Okay.
50, and then her FIDE rating actually qualified her, so she
Great.
was excited that she got a chance to play. She hasn't been playing for very long, but she's
Mm-hmm.
very dedicated to the game,
Mm-hmm.
and she is on board 8 here with Nico Alvarado Shoshida, 1800 player. So let's see what happens. We have
C4.
C4, D4 control the center, knight
Pick
C3.
up a Queen's Gambit, you know,
Right.
kind of.
Must be a fan of the show.
Mm-hmm.
And then after E3,
Yep.
knight F6, we have knight F3
Mm-hmm.
and knight H5, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here we don't want to let the bishop get traded on the F4 square. So we want to move back to G3.
Yep.
And when they trade,
Pawn takes. This is now very interesting because now white opened up the H file, so black has to be very careful if they're gonna castle, right, on the king side.
yeah, I'm guessing their plan is to not castle on the king side, maybe play
Yeah.
H6, keep the king in the center, and
Yes.
well, queen side castling
Yes.
doesn't even seem that beneficial either.
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't gone after the bishop on g3. I mean, usually I would, not to do that. Instead, I'm gonna play bishop d6 to try to trade the bishops if they want, or if not, then I just wait once they castle and then I will trade it off.
Yeah,
Um,
I've definitely like White's position here
mm-hmm,
because they
definitely,
have a clear target. I'm
exactly.
not sure where the knight's going after this.
With the knight
I would
h4,
have aimed maybe for this square or maybe even the center, but I don't know what the knight's gonna do on h4.
not sure either.
I don't know forward moves. Maybe she's making room for the queen.
The queen g4,
Um,
you mean?
yeah,
Possible.
possible making room for the queen. The knight would easily cover that soon. But
Mm.
wow,
Oh
very surprising they
wow, wow.
castled. I'm very surprised they castled into this.
Okay, so
So I definitely don't want to castle as well. I'll just keep this open, maybe even queen c2 right away so I can open castling on the queen side.
yes, yes, yes,
And
yes, definitely.
yeah, I would
Oh,
start launching an attack
this
as
is
soon as
gonna be a very
possible.
interesting game. I would like to see how White will develop the attack.
All right, maybe taking care of any problems over here by trading first, and then
Sure.
soon the attack will happen.
Okay.
I have faith.
All
After
right. So
that,
the
we
next one we
have
have the board 7.
Nizihe. Nizihe. All right.
Let's see.
All right, our first
Yes,
title player in the women's championship here, WFN from I want to say Turkey.
Turkey, yes.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
You have to know your flags.
I I think as Speed Arbiter, yeah, I think that's one of the requirements. I gotta start looking at the flags, looking at the codes. You'll help me with the index cards, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So we have Nazi as you want to try the name?
Yes, Menzihe Ezgi, if I'm pronouncing properly,
Okay.
against
Yvette.
Fanel Yvette. Just
Yvette.
Yvette.
Yvette, yeah. We know her for a long
Yes.
time member of the club, board member now, right?
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And always see her at the events. Always excited to see what the new event's gonna be like. It's
Yes.
always a fun conversation with her. Okay, so it looks like we might have a correction on what the moves were already there, but
Let's see.
yeah, it's let's see what happens. So
E4, D6, D4, knight
actually, let
F6.
me select and deselect because it's weird the variation stays there.
Hmm.
Not usually what happens. And wow, it doesn't show on the. Oh, that's why.
What happened?
That's why I wasn't finding Sydney or Menzies. How many boards they show on at once.
Okay, got it.
All right,
Now you
so the
fixed it.
variation is still there.
Okay.
Okay,
But that's fine. That's fine.
4064,
All right. Knight
BD7,
D7.
F4,
F4. Okay. All right.
E5. So
A5.
you trade everything and let the knight hang out on E5, or
I don't know. So
you can
take knight
force the
D5.
queen trade in here,
Yeah,
no?
yeah, you can do that. But is it like good for white in a way? That gives okay, knight.
There's an
No, you cannot go the knight
there's
f4.
nothing.
You have to take it. Trade. Sure. And then what are you proposing after
Sure, you
bishop
place.
f4?
Yeah,
I mean, bishop f4, knight g6, attacking your bishop, so you have to move the bishop back.
I'll long castle first. I was
Oh,
just looking for
oh, yeah,
forcing.
I see what you're saying. Okay, long castle is a tricky one. So maybe, I
I
don't
mean,
know
it's
now because,
not.
I mean, because now it's a c7, maybe instead of knight g6, I should play bishop d6.
Yeah, that after bishop g6, I was also thinking
The
long
castle,
castle,
yeah,
and
that was good.
then
And king e7, that's why I play that, so I can bring the king e7 maybe. So I can give the
I'll
rook.
play this. I mean,
Sure, absolutely.
I don't know.
Listen, this is interesting.
I like it.
Yes.
I like
Um,
when my opponent's king is stuck in the center.
yes, but now that the queen's kind of off the board, I don't feel as much threatened. So I'm kind of feel comfortable leaving my king in the center. And it's funny, like when I teach my students, and then I always tell them to castle, and then here I go, and I leave my king in the center. Like, Coach Samar, why your king is in the center?
I would even try this just to like flip the tables, give you the isolated pawn. Like I don't, you're not forced to take, right?
No, I don't have to take you,
But
but I think I do
this
have.
is one line that uh, was crossing my mind.
Sure. But it's a fun position to play.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, so
They
what
didn't, why didn't think it was fun? They just played knight f3. So we kind of
night
just went on a tangent, but
and yeah, sure.
I was
Okay.
curious.
Take it.
Take, then
All right.
bishop e3. Okay.
D5. Ooh. Interesting.
You d5 me, I e5 you.
Knight G4, I guess. That's what they want. And then if you try to save the bishop, G1, knight H6, coming back to F5, maybe?
Ugh, the dance of the knights. No, I don't want you there.
Knight B6.
Stop it.
I'm coming on
There's
F5.
there's too many knights to keep track of.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess my queen is kind of misplaced. My bishop's forever in a timeout.
Yeah.
Self-imposed.
Yeah.
But even like retreating and then advancing a little. I feel like I could dance here too.
Yes, definitely.
These positions look
But
a lot of fun in the women's.
if you do go back. Actually, I was thinking. I think I've seen this position somewhere. So if you play H3, there's H5, so I can keep my knight on.
Oh God, H5.
That's gonna be interesting. Now I've seen this position somewhere.
Not
So yeah, so keep the
H5.
knight on F5. I don't know. Very interesting game. Very
Yeah,
interesting.
I like it.
Castle alongside. Yes, definitely.
Okay. So instead of responding with e5, they responded with long castle first. Yeah, because they don't have any threats
Oh,
right now in the
the other
center.
one, they're over here. I didn't even say bishop c5. Thank you,
Oh, bishop
Czeslaw.
c5 instead of knight b6.
Yeah. Bishop c5 is also very nice instead of knight b6, right? The bishop c5 is also very good.
Oh,
Oh wow, yeah.
kicking me out.
And then I can simply trade the bishops. That's another thing. Yeah.
Bullet move.
Yeah. Bullet move
Stack
there.
my queen. Thank you, Cheslov. Yeah, knight, bishop c5 looks nice, but
Yeah.
and I lose too many tempos here, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And you have a
No, no,
move.
no, no. You don't gonna leave the bishop on
Oh,
c5, right? You
after the
wanna
trade.
trade
Jeez.
the trade, and then I will develop, and then it's on or bishop f5. I'll go straight forward, bishop f5. I don't have to leave my or bishop e6 with the yeah. That's like so many good moves. So yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, I guess the danger is like having queen d4 already.
Yeah, so e5,
You
I
have to
don't
do
know.
something about it. All right, so white long castled here. They played bishop c5.
Yep.
Queen retreated here,
Mm-hmm.
and they traded, and now they have to castle soon, probably. Okay,
Oh, okay. All right.
there we go.
Yes.
Gonna hang out here on d6. I wonder how long that'll last. Not sure.
Oh, we had the first the board six already finished.
I think that's a ghost result, maybe, but
Oh, could
we'll
be.
we'll get there in a
We
second.
could get. Okay.
Um, all right, disconnecting the protection of the knight,
Mm-hmm.
and wow, just forgets about the knight, doesn't care, just going to go forward. And then bishop c4. All right, so gotta protect the h2 pawn.
Huh.
Gotta maybe save the knight eventually, but
Bishop c4. I don't know. Do I have b5? Oh no, I can't because the d5 is hanging, right? And then the queen will protect the a2. So I guess I have to play knight to df6, perhaps.
yeah, Luis as well. Yeah, we wanted to try give the coworkers a try. The marshal wanted to give us a run at this. But yeah, I think I was speaking to Luis yesterday actually about some suggestions and talking to him a little bit. He's great. All right, so after c4, we don't have any more info. We're gonna go move to the next board.
Yep.
We're moving from Yvette to Fiona and Avery. RV. Okay, so this is board 6. Let's see. This doesn't want to talk about it. If you ask her,
Oh, Ingo. Oh,
Jasmine.
oh, I don't know.
Okay. So on board 6, we have Fiona against RV.
Mm.
So, wow, we already have a lot of info here.
Oh.
Let's try and catch up. Ooh, Catalan. I will learn from this game. Castles. And then c5. I always, like, depending on the day of the week, if I'm feeling aggressive and I'm feeling passive, I play
Mm-hmm.
c3 here or c4. Do I want to keep everything solid here or play or
Aggressive a little bit.
aggressive with c4? Yeah.
Well,
And then I know like
it
trades
depends.
are gonna happen
It
here.
depends how you feel, right?
I think it is, yeah. Like it's really on the feeling.
Yeah.
Am I being aggressive today? Am I being a little more solid or passive?
Right, 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 right.
Less risk averse.
Sure.
Bishop e7, knight c3. Takes. All right, bishop g5. Yeah, it feels like developing moves I would
So I've
consider all
seen,
the
yeah,
time.
C4 is I've seen something that like plays and
Like
then
maybe a point just to give them the
they have to
isolated.
play this pawn. I feel like if I do
But
that, then the bishop becomes like really active. So
it's true. D4, c4. Just hanging out on e5.
mm-hmm. Wow,
Just trading the bishop off too.
that's interesting.
So will they
So C5.
target c6 or they would trade this to make the weakness d5 instead?
That's I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
don't think we have time for e4 because this is weak too, right?
yeah, D4 is weak, and then Black
Um,
perhaps also wants to play like a C5.
do
Yeah.
we have time for this? Just looking at the forcing moves, nothing deeper, but like
Well,
the
well, if you play e4, sure. I don't have to take you, but then you play e5.
well, I want to trade here actually to like keep things clear because all right,
Don't forget,
if
let me,
C
if
if
you, tr
C if
yeah,
C6 is the weakness, I just see queen here and then like where else am I gonna
there is no really, you cannot really pressure on
yeah,
c6. Like you cannot do, I can play
queen
simply queen
here, queen
d6
C7 and
or queen c7, either one works, and then with the c5 idea,
so I
right?
want to move this over to
If
being
you,
D5.
sure, you can do that, but then don't forget, then d4 pawn, your pawn also becomes isolated and weak, right? So, I don't know.
Right. Yeah, the E pawn with the E pawn gone, this is not solid either.
Exactly.
It's a
So,
trade-off. Uh,
so I guess you have to kind of play e3 in a way.
that's a solid version. Yeah, that's what they went for. E3. Now we gotta deal with B2 being weak. Yeah, black feels like they're not going to let up. They're
No.
just gonna bring all their pieces,
Yep.
especially with the bishop pair. They're just
Oh,
wow, fancy.
that is fancy.
Didn't even see that coming. Nice.
Pawn takes, bishop takes. Sweet.
I gotta
Now
find
I
the
kind
winning
of,
endgame, right?
now, yeah, I like the flex now. Black
They can
position.
probably double up, maybe
No,
the
if
rooks, or it's too
no, if
slow.
you, yeah, if you double up, then we take on c4.
Hmm.
Rook takes, pawn takes, and I'll take on c6. So I don't know.
I was thinking doubling up and after
After
taking on
you,
c4, bishop e2, and then the rook moving, and then bishop taking, and then playing like that with this permanent weakness.
you can do that. I see what you're saying. Take it, and bishop e2. Yep, I like that.
Maybe.
Um, I was actually thinking the other way around. I was thinking to take it on b3 and then double it too. And if you take with the pawn, then b3 becomes,
It becomes your target.
yeah,
This might come eventually, and
yes,
I'll have to give it up.
yes, and
So
then
you think they'll have
c5
to take with the rook?
So if you do take it with, I think it's still same thing. I can trade with the rooks. I can do that. Yeah, go after the c5. I don't know if I do. I want to do and then let you on the b7.
Huh?
Well, if you take c captures b3, rook takes b3, and then rook c4 you mentioned, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Rook b7. Would you like? Do I like this position?
This is when I'm sneaky. I just play a3, a6. That's what I try and do. Just play a6.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why?
Why?
I just let you try and take this
Oh,
one.
that's cute. That's very cute.
This is my
You should be
blitz.
too.
These are always my
That's a blitz goal, yeah.
these are always my blitz ideas. Just like
Yeah, so that's why I was thinking
you'll
maybe.
win the pawn. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It's gonna be nice.
But what about if I would trade with you first, rooks, and then bring the rook up? Do I like this? And then rook b4 once you play rook b1. I don't know. With the a5, a4 idea.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, it's an interesting endgame. So,
Yeah. No, I like this. It doesn't feel like I have time for anything else. Um, what actually happened in the game here?
so let's go
What
back.
happened?
They have not
This was
really.
the pawn. Rook takes e3. Oh,
This is
we
it. This is
created.
yeah.
That was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
last
This
move.
is the last one. Yeah. So they
Okay,
haven't really.
so oh my god,
Yes. So this one
they went
is.
up a little bit. Rook takes e3, takes,
Oh,
pawn
okay.
takes. They doubled up,
Okay.
poke the rook,
Hmm.
and then we can just throw the a pawn. I'm guessing, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, did they?
Can the
Yeah,
bishop even
yeah,
come over and
yeah.
help?
He has to
Right on
try.
time.
Yeah.
But now, what's the
Oh,
knockout blow?
that's gonna be interesting now.
Is d4 enough here?
Looks good. I don't know if it's gonna be enough. D4, bishop. Well, if you play bishop c2, then that's it.
That's it? Game over?
Well, no, I don't know. It's a game over, but
Wait. Oh,
it.
I thought I saw something. Never mind. Never
Oh,
mind.
that one? No, I don't think so. But yeah, you can do the bishop c2,
Oh wait,
capture. That's
yeah,
it.
that's it.
And then take on b3. Yeah.
So where's the bishop going? If
Good
they play
question.
d4.
Hmm?
If they play d4.
Bishop, I guess I have to go maybe
Yeah,
f3? Bishop f3, right?
yeah, Sergey Kudrin was one of the players. We went over all the 5 boards for senior. We're gonna go back soon.
After the
The
women's.
women's, yeah. So rook went over to d4. The bishop's in danger. That's the line that I was looking at. So bishop d1,
Yeah. Okay, so the
and
king.
now just king activity. Wow.
Ooh. The bishop c8. Well, oh, maybe a6, c4?
A6
A6 and c4? I don't know if I'm
before
better.
this. Yeah, nice. Okay, so at which point after the king move?
So no. Right now, so bishop c8. So what's the goal? Why they went to bishop c8? So they play probably bishop a6, bishop c4, right?
Yeah, put more
So
pressure on the pawn.
couldn't they done earlier that? Was it possible? Instead of moving all the kings?
I'm still not sure why d4 wasn't the
d4 also was
idea,
a very
but
good one too, but bishop
because
that
then even this would
true,
put pressure.
true.
Um, so
Okay.
right here, king d2. All right, now with the check, they like it, and the bishop coming over.
Mm.
Okay, so this is the point they're at. What's
So the
oopsie.
next one, all right,
Next
let's
board?
see. Next board, we are bored.
I
Uh,
believe another Bushwick chess friend. It's there.
so we saw the board 6, right? So it's
Yeah, so
gonna
board 5.
be Sahara Arabin Dakhshan,
WIM.
WIM with the Sam Sharf.
Sam Shar, who also is a relatively new player to the game, and also um, participates in those Bushwick Chess
Bushwick.
Club
And then
nights,
even here in the Marshall,
and
yeah,
the Marshall.
she's
She's been
here.
coming very
Yeah.
often, yeah, to the
Yeah.
Thursday action and the game 45s.
And then
Seen her
blitz
playing well.
sometimes to have fun.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
nice. Okay, so let's see how she's doing this
All right.
game.
So the Sam is white, right?
Right.
Okay.
Sam is black actually.
Oh, she's black.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
Oh yeah.
1900 WIM is
Mm-hmm.
Sahana with white.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the moment where you just decide if we're taking or retreating.
Or retreating. Yeah. So
All the way back probably, but especially with this formation, we're not gonna get
usually
Noah
when
arced
they come on bishop before, they most of the time they take the knight on f3. I think.
after A3, yeah.
Yeah. I mean c3. Sorry, c3, and then. Oh yeah, and that's what happened in the game, and then the c5 probably. Yep.
Okay, maybe that rook's coming over to D1, D8, sorry.
Yeah.
Now my light square bishop.
Ah. Oh, c5? Oh, you can't because of the rook on d8 attacks on d3. Wonderful. They have to retreat here. She's trying to attack in the center in d4.
Right, I like it. Um, what's the confidence that they want? Well, I guess the queen can just take back, right?
Yeah, yeah. But here's the. Well, I would probably take it on e5, if you capture c5 with a c4. Open up the diagonal. They don't have a dark square bishop. It's gonna be really hard. I don't know.
By the way, they decided to defend here.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Oh,
F4.
F4. Interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to open, especially with the bishop here. You want that open position. You want
Definitely.
the attacks
Definitely.
to flow
Aiming
soon.
aiming towards the king, yes.
All right, so these moves. I just realized something.
Mm.
Come over to the women's.
Oh,
Ah, but it's frozen. So that was fine.
that's okay. So we have a now this position. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, we'll go back to it. Then there was Chloe.
We have a yes, we have a Chloe against
Kara-chan.
Kara Chen. So I believe so Kara Chen is from Success Academy student. So she is really climbing up. She's pretty good. I've seen her games.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so let's see how she did here.
Okay, so
D3 to
here.
D5. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I always see this formation from
Mm.
black here in the white pieces.
Yes, that's a reverse now. It's interesting to see that.
How much does that one tempo change things?
Hmm. Oh, wow. Interesting.
G5. Everyone's throwing their pawns.
Everybody wants to start the pawn storm, right? It's like, here we go. So I'm coming.
And just solidly taking care of everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bishop c1 is just
Well, F4, yeah, to break anything through, F4 is gonna have to happen. So
has to
getting the king
happen.
out,
Yes.
getting the knight out of the way.
Yes.
It's the only
But
way
it's
that's
it's a bit slow though. It's a bit slow for white, I must say. Oh, wow, h5.
Oh, so just bringing everyone back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, bishop h3 now with the idea.
All these pieces. Yeah, I feel uncomfortable with white pieces here.
Yeah, the white
That's
does
why I
not.
almost never play E4 in these situations. Like I like to keep the diagonal
Yes.
open, but I'm not just not used to these positions.
Yes. Oh.
G4.
Yeah, white pieces doesn't have a lot of space to move around.
I feel like they're just holding for defense here.
Yeah,
Long castles or D.
definitely I like the black's position here.
Now officially locked in with opposite castling. They
Castling,
can
yes.
maybe throw something on the queen side here after we solve this.
After we use all this, yes. So since F4 is not happening, so now the rook is doubling on, H file, and then opening up the H file is going to be really tough. All right, let's see how it's going to go next.
Next one is
So next one we have board number 3, right? Which is
all right. So we already finished
oh,
this
they
game.
already finished the game. So it was Jasmine Su against Eileen Lu,
Mm-hmm.
and who won? Jasmine won.
Jasmine with the white pieces here.
White pieces won.
All right,
Yeah.
it was against a Sicilian with a
Mm.
pink shadow here. Okay, I've reached this position 1,000 times. Great,
Oh, nice. Okay.
great. On which board?
Okay.
Right, yeah. It's okay. Yes,
Yeah.
top five. Five just has no clock. That's the thing. Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So this other game that finished,
Yeah, so it was a
Jasmine
Sicilian.
was white. I've reached this position myself. I just want to flip it over because I play
Sure.
this with black all the time.
Mm-hmm.
See what ideas I gain. But yeah, D6. Um, I feel like I'm also kind of like convincing myself to play E5 at the wrong moment, or even Knight A5 here, which is not so
I
good.
like A6. A6, B5 idea. I always like it. So bishop B7 also gives the idea with the B4.
Oh,
Yes, I've seen a lot of
depends on style here.
yeah, I do love A6, I must say. Yeah.
96, I feel like this has been studied over and over again, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That seems like not the right. 96, B5.
5. Ooh, knight e8.
Might not have
That's
time for that, right?
yeah. Oh, knight
No. We get
e8.
the eval to
So do
help us
we have
because
any?
someone already analyzed it,
Yes.
requested the computer analysis. But yeah, 98. What do we have to do? We have to trade instead
That's what I was looking at. Guess you have to take
and
it.
step into the pin, even though it might feel a little
Well, you're gonna
uncomfortable.
get out of the pin. It's a temporary one, right? You're not
Hmm.
gonna stay there forever. So trade and
But it just feels what feels uncomfortable is the pieces coming in.
yeah.
Like the bishops are gonna be all up in my.
Queen c8. You have to play queen c8, I guess. Bishop here. The knight. No, 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 no. I
Oh
guess
yeah,
the
you
knight
will
can
take
take it. Knight can take it, then rook
with a
e8, I
dragon bishop.
guess. Oh, you know what? Actually, knight takes d5 is. I don't think it's a good idea because knight takes d5 attacks e7 and b6 at the same time.
Hmm. Right. Like you have two threats.
Yeah. So this is gonna be tough. So now you have to play what? Then I'm gonna trade the bishops, and then white has a good position, and then e7 is still hanging. Yeah.
Yeah, too many
This
threats.
is really tough position for black now.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what's gonna happen after queen c8, bishop d5.
Hmm.
Even hanging out on a7 doesn't feel good.
Rook a7. Rook a7. Yeah. Well, queen e3 also possible.
Sure, not sure. Do we have time for this? Maybe not.
Yeah.
So what happens here? After 98, I'm guessing they were hoping knight takes
Yes.
like this was gonna solve itself quickly, but white correctly keeps the pieces on the board and the
Mm-hmm.
pressure going. This is one of the women's games, right, Queen? Oh, you mean the camera? We're having some technical difficulties with that camera. Sorry about that.
I guess it's still frozen.
So, e takes d,
Yes.
and we can't do knight takes, we'll just lose a piece, so we're gonna put some pressure on.
Mm-hmm.
d6, trading. Yeah, she just, all these pieces are in the, if all your pieces are here on the first two ranks, then you're
Yeah.
not having, you're not having a good time.
It's frozen. This one is frozen here.
Oh, maybe refresh?
Let's see if it's gonna work.
Okay, I'm gonna put the be right back screen for a second, okay? Okay, everyone. So we're back with the stream. So board three, we were halfway through the game, right?
Yep.
So looking at how Black's pieces were all trapped in the first two ranks, and
Mm,
yeah, it's very hard to recover here.
This is obvious, definitely that. Now the rook is
Yeah,
in the
not even
seventh
knight
rank.
c8 helps.
Yeah,
Seventh
this
heaven
is
for all these pieces.
definitely.
Definitely resignable, but I've played her before
Oh,
where
that was a very cute promoting the rook.
in the rook exactly. All right, so board two, do we have
Yeah.
Iris and Druthi?
Board two, we have Iris Mo and yeah, Druti Rao.
Okay, so Druthi with white, 1500 against Iris, who's already 2200.
2317.
23 in USDF. We got the 2200
The FIDE one?
in the FIDE, yeah.
In the FIDE
Yeah,
one.
exactly.
Wow,
So,
definitely climbing up. All right, let's see the game.
ooh, a little Caro.
Oh,
Might be a Gotham fan.
maybe.
So, they
Take
trade
it.
up here.
See, Bishop C. Oh, okay. It's like a nice development. Canceling. Seems solid right now. Nothing out of ordinary.
A knight hanging out on F8. And yeah,
Oh,
these are the type of maneuvers I can't like get to work on my games, like knight d7, knight f8,
that's
then
a
knight
route. Yeah, this
g6.
is like a route for the knight. That's a very, common one actually for that knight coming to d7, f8, and g6.
So normally my games is when I start thinking, oh, the pieces are out, the queen
Yeah.
just made a move, start feeling careful.
So the thing is that they did the battery, aiming to h2, but what is the goal? Play h5, h4?
Yeah, especially with the knight on g6, we can't not play h4. So
Exactly.
yeah, h5, h4 looks like a solid idea.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. So c5. So I guess to play c4 to kick the queen out from d6. But if they do so, then the d4 becomes um, back pawn. So I don't know how that's gonna go. Let's see. Oh, I wasn't expecting rook c8.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna strike with
Right.
the king side already,
Yeah.
and then bishop f5.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just start trading off some of the attackers.
See, that's how I felt. Rook c8. I felt like it was a bit waste of time. They should have done rook d8 right away. Um, Queen c7.
And king g8.
King g8. Very interesting.
Just shuffling back and forth maybe right now
I
at this
guess
point.
they just trying to stay like a similar position. They don't want to ruin. I guess they cannot really think much. They don't know what to do here.
So that plan we had about h5, h4 has been thwarted because that knight just had two attackers this whole time, right?
Right.
So we couldn't throw this, so we would lose on g6,
Mm-hmm.
and we couldn't really throw these pawns.
Yeah.
So, okay, we're gonna move on to board one.
All right. Well, we have
Defending champion, Irina Crush is back here
mm-hmm.
on board one.
against
And
Anna
Ranchenko.
Radchenko. Yes. The C4. So it's like the English, I want to say.
Yeah, we've seen her play that.
Knight F6. Oh, E4. Interesting.
Okay.
Okay. So here they can play E5. Uh-huh. Take it. Trade it off. Knight G8. That's the line. G4. I don't know. Not my favorite one, but
Wow, king f8.
yeah, because of the
I cannot
G7.
get used to these
That's
positions
yeah.
and these crazy games in the girls.
Yes.
And then 97, h4. H5, yeah, just gotta start throwing things when the king is on F8.
Yeah. I'm not really a big fan of the black position right now. The white
Yeah, it
felt
seems like they're already struggling.
exactly. White has more comfortable space already. They gained a lot of space. Uh,
The ideas are clear. It's like
be,
much easier to play with white.
exactly. Now knight e4 probably. Bishop d3. Take a lot of good ideas come. G8. Knight e4 probably. Yeah.
And then doubling up here. And after queen f3, I guess we're just gonna start throwing the G pawn soon, right?
Yes, g4 is coming. So now the knight f5. Woof, I don't know what's gonna happen to that knight. So
It doesn't feel like
no, the black didn't really develop at all.
they're already falling under this threat too. They're gonna lose this rook.
So yeah,
Oh,
there's a lot going on. G4 is coming. They have to figure out what to do with the knight f5. Uh,
that early on, bishop b4 is lost. Let's see.
in the beginning, yes.
Yeah, there's no good squares for the knight here, right?
Mm.
Like even advancing, queen g4 is a bad idea.
Yeah, that's the only moves the black can play, knight e4 or knight g8.
Yeah, there's
Um,
no good squares for him. So right now we can go back to the senior
Senior
championship.
championship,
Okay.
yep, let's do it.
We don't have any results over here yet, but
That's a board, which one? It was board 6 they finished. Do we have here? Front row. The board.
okay. So board 3 is gonna finish soon. All right, so here we have our board 1, Solitary, 4c5, Sicilian, a
Mm-hmm.
quick d4, and right, I remember super solid. Started
And
here,
yeah.
all the pieces connected here.
Oh, there's
Um,
more.
no more moves here. That's weird.
Oh, this is the board 5?
Board 1.
Board 1.
Just want to double check
Yes.
with the DGT text downstairs. For now, we'll move on to
Let's see.
Sergey Kudrin on board 2.
Mm.
Right, we're
Yeah.
comparing all these
Mm-hmm.
pawn moves,
Yeah.
and
Although they did play b5.
yeah,
Okay.
close it up first, and now I think we
Mm-hmm.
can continue our plans here.
c5. Well, they have to play, white has to kind of play b4 to stop the b4, right? Um, Knight takes
I'm trying to see the
d4
problem
still.
with knight takes d4. Yeah,
Pawn takes d4.
bishop takes.
Bishop takes. Um, the knight e4. Oh, I can't because there's a bishop and then the knight will fall
Yeah, I'm
down.
not sure we're supposed to
Oh,
connect
you have
before.
to. Okay, so knight takes the not b4 and then the. Oh, now you can take it. Bishop takes. I mean, the pawn takes c3 and then you take back, right? That's not gonna work either. That's interesting.
I see.
Okay, so the first board that's not working.
Yeah, so we just got confirmation board 1 stopped working, so
Okay.
yeah, that's not gonna be bad for white here,
So
but
knight takes d4. It's the interesting move, knight d4. Because knight d4, you kind of have to take it, otherwise knight c6 comes along, right? You have to take and bishop d4.
Yeah, I wonder why black decided against this. I mean, white decided against this.
I guess before bishop takes f6 and then queen takes f6, and then if you go knight d1 to protect the pawn on b2, kind of disconnects the rook, and then kind of the knight got stuck on d1. Maybe that's why it's possible, sacrificing a pawn to activate their pieces. Well, if you go there, it's also stuck there. Bishop d7. Mm, I don't know. That's an interesting position.
Yeah, no,
It's a playful.
I'm
It's
not
profitable.
convinced why
Yeah.
why before was necessary there. Right, yeah, the next
Yep.
one,
Yes.
board three already finished, yeah.
Yeah, board three already
There,
finished.
all the boards are on 15-minute delay, so we'll get the final moves in soon. They played c5, then en passant, and then rook fb1, okay.
Trade, trade.
Nice.
Oh, what?
Interesting order.
To
So making sure you
to
have a
creating the
pass,
pass pawn?
yeah, making sure you got a counterplay and maybe a weakness here to target after we hold on to the
Knight
knight,
c3,
but
yeah. Wow.
you
Interesting.
gift yourself a little counterplay there, right?
Exactly. And then rook right, invades the seventh rank, gets the activation. They can a little bit dense there.
Knight c8, wow.
Knight c8 to protect the a7, b6, and plus d6 pawn.
Yeah, I think white's plan is clear here. And the knight, of course, very good at blocking those pass pawns or any trouble here. And that's going to hang out here and defend this pawn.
Yeah.
So white has their focus. This is their pet project here.
Yep. Yep. So b5, b6 is coming. Very good.
All right, let's see. Board three. We already know that this game
Yes, that
ended,
ends.
but
Yep.
you can start guessing the final moves. Just having
Let's
passes,
see
passes.
if we can figure out Michael Roth moves. That'll be amazing.
Traded. E4.
Yes.
Queen two.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Trade.
And then knight came to d4, so it's already a nice
Bit of
position
a
for black.
blockade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we talked about this.
And eventually that pressure is going to just force you to trade.
Yeah,
Even though it might not be a good idea, but I don't
yeah,
want to hang out behind that knight, hanging out there on d5 and d4.
yeah.
Trading and then rook e1. Okay.
Mhm.
I guess there's no easy way to avoid your pawns getting doubled and stuff, right? Like right here, no matter what, getting away from the pawn, putting your queen in a pin, both of those is
This is
like
this is tough for white now. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
the king.
Oh, then
Oh
the king.
my.
Oh, the rookie five comes along now, probably. Yeah. Oh, yep. Yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah.
game is over pretty much. Well, king has to go to an f1 and then
Fun, yeah.
queen h3 and then it's done.
So the game probably stopped at this point. And here, Mr. Bonin with the black pieces.
Oh.
We're gonna
Mm-hmm.
step into a Moroxy bind. They
Mm-hmm.
traded, and then
Oh yeah, so they
e6,
trade
bishop
b6.
e7, nice.
They trade this
And
bishop.
they allowed the dragon bishop trade.
Yep.
Okay,
And then he
slide over
played
to c
f4.
file.
Yep. So that was interesting. F4. So e5. So he pushed the e5 to open up the file.
So I wonder if their plan, if they take, is to trade everything here, or maybe use that
But the problem is the
tempo.
knight f6 now. Knight f6 has to figure out where he's going to go, right? So if you trade, pawn takes e5.
I'm guessing back to g8. Just back home. Right.
Go back home. We don't want you.
It's nothing. Oh, there's not much to do there.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and then if knight goes to h7, once the we don't have to trade, we can just invade this queen d7, maybe.
right.
So it's gonna be interesting.
All right. Hey.
Hello.
Okay, so we have a player from the women's championship. So going to slide this over. I'm gonna have her with you, okay?
No, it's
Take my seat.
fine. No, it's okay. We can grab the another seat.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So, Chloe,
All right.
you'll take the main seat here in the middle when I hear from you. First round game win?
Yep.
Yeah, right here in the middle.
Yep. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
In the middle.
Yeah.
I think that's good.
It's good. All right.
All right, Chloe. So how was your first round game?
I think it was pretty solid.
You're playing black, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we changed the colors on you on last
Yeah.
second.
Yeah.
Yeah, very common at the Marshall. We have to change the pairings here, and there's missing. But yeah, if you're comfortable playing through your game, or
Yeah, sure.
if I know your thoughts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so oh wait.
Hmm.
Yeah, I guess I mean here I thought it was just like a King's Indian like hunt but reversed. So like I don't know, I just played a system with like I mean usually with white, I guess there's a system with bishop e2, bishop e3 with the idea of like g4. So I just tried to play the same system. Yeah, I think a3 here is kind of inaccurate because usually the pawn goes to a4 when the knight wants to go to c4 to stop b5.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Okay.
thought a3 was um it wasn't the best move. And then so yeah, I tried to start attacking on the king's side. Yeah. Um
You really feel like
I was pretty comfortable here. I mean, yeah, here with bishop d8 I tried to clear the seventh rank for my queen and also like threaten b5, so she defended against b5.
there's no need to long castle and bring the rook over for
Yeah.
you, or
I mean, I thought I could always long castle like after like bishop c7 castle queen side,
okay.
which I ended up doing. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. In this decision I guess my plan was just to like get my pieces like to the king side, bishop c7 castle queen side, and then double rooks on the h file. Um I didn't have like a specific like I mean, yeah, that was my plan. So
Yeah, okay.
so yeah, I
But
just
definitely the black like here, you look very comfortable.
yeah. Cause I guess it's just hard for her to move in general, like with the pin on, and like
Mm-hmm.
it's just really uncomfortable for white. So I got my rooks to h file, and then
They're trying to sneak out, but
yeah,
it's too slow.
it's just hard. Yeah, and then
It's
yeah,
definitely a lot easier for you to play.
yeah, I don't know. Queen f7, I wasn't. I guess the computer's saying rook h1. I don't know. Yeah, I thought queen f7 was kind of. So I mean, I knew I was still better, but I wasn't sure. So what was I supposed to play? Oh wait, rook h1, and then.
Nah, that's the line, yeah.
Right?
That's the line that. Oh, sorry. So rook h1 and
Bishop takes.
Take,
Yep.
take. Yeah.
wants you to swing
And then
queen
queen
over.
h5.
Ah, I see.
Mhm. On f5.
Oh, yeah.
Takes them too long to get out of the double pin,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna put pressure on that no matter what. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, queen f7 is still fine, I guess.
So you're kind of preparing the same
Yeah,
idea pretty much. Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, queen d2. Bishop h3, I mean. And then here, yeah, I found a nice idea. So after knight g1, it's just like losing, but yeah, g4.
G4, yeah, that's it.
And then like, yeah. And then I can sack my queen.
Nice.
Ah, that's cute.
That's me.
Yeah, very nice mate.
Yeah, I think it was a solid game overall. I was pretty comfortable out of the opening, and I thought like, I mean, I didn't ever feel worse. So it was like, it's just a matter of converting that.
Right. Were you able to participate in last year's women's championship as well?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got second behind Irina.
Second behind Arena. Okay, so
I
um,
lost to her.
right. Okay, so yeah, in the 5 round tournaments, yeah, it's um probably very easy that you'll end up facing her again, but
Yeah.
um so you're starting as fifth seed
Fifth
this
seed.
time.
Yeah.
So what's your plan for tomorrow in the double rounds? I know this can be exhausting.
Yeah, I'm just gonna probably go home and get some sleep, maybe eat something, and then just come back. I don't know, like I'm just gonna play. Like I don't.
Is there a chance you're gonna face someone that you faced last year next round, or?
Um, I mean, technically, I guess I could play Irina, because that's what I played her round two last year,
I
and
understand.
I was also like fifth seed or something, maybe like yeah third, fourth seed, so I could play her again, but yeah, I'm not sure if I'll play up or down. I think up, because a lot of people took half point buy, so I probably
Sure.
will play up, but
Yeah,
I could play
move
higher
the
as
list
third.
around. How often do you like prepare like for an opponent or like look at their?
I mean, I guess it just depends on the tournament. Like, if it's like World Youth or something, then and when you have like more time to prepare, before the round, like I'll yeah look at my opponent and like just do some like opening prep. But I mean, usually in like open tournaments, I don't really I prep like probably maybe 30 minutes before the game or whenever pairings come out because the pairings are kind of slow in the US. So
Yes, yeah.
um, I'll just like yeah, I don't do that much prep though, like compared to like invitationals or like when you have the pairings before.
Yeah, that was definitely a huge difference in my experience. Over in Europe, they have it hours before, or maybe even the day before, and people already know they're facing for over a long time.
Yeah.
We try fit these 5 rounds in 3 days, then 10 minutes before, maybe
Yeah,
you might get the accurate color.
yeah.
We're sorry about that again.
Okay.
But yeah, good luck tomorrow, and
Thank you.
uh, hopefully you have a great tournament.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so we also have the Iron Man here. Iron Man of chess over here, Mr. J Bonin. So we're gonna switch over to the senior championship.
Greetings.
So
Hello, Mr. J.
This is a cornucopia of words.
yes, sir.
What
That's
should
how
I
we make it
start
work.
with tonight? Because the next step could be my last. But here I am.
Here you go, Jay.
Good evening.
Good evening. Hey. Elena, thank you for the raid. Much appreciated. 62 viewers. Thank you so much. All right, so here we have the Iron Man of chess here with Jay Bonin here. You might be able to
This
tell
is
us.
this is where my opponent really started to go wrong.
So we were
We
going
let
over
play
this
it.
Moroxy that you went
Yeah, I
into.
was expecting a King's Indian, but I also saw that he liked to play the Benko Gambit, and the move order I chose was I played an early knight f3. So he attempted to go, play the Benoni in the hopes of getting his Benko Gambit, but I wasn't going to allow it.
Okay, so knight
Yeah,
f3, that
so we
order.
went into a Sicilian.
Put him in the banana, yeah.
So
Okay.
we're in a Moroxy bind Sicilian. Should be 3. It's all pretty standard, but I don't like b6. I thought that was very passive.
You think it's too slow?
Yeah,
Position?
So what do
he,
you think the black should
he
not
could have
take?
tried bishop e6 and then queen a5 and then
Mhm.
up on f to c8 and then a6 and b5, things like that, sharper play. I mean, b6 was very passive because, when I played f3, he was biting on granite and, didn't really have an active plan. So, yeah, so this is one critical moment. He had to play more energetic.
Right.
See. For
Yeah,
a
if you're,
second, it looked solid to me, and I wanted
yeah,
to try and use it
yeah,
because I get into his position a lot too.
yeah, three, pretty standard, and you know,
So that was
I thought
interesting.
about not taking and just playing rook on after D1 immediately, but I figured why not take? I mean, either way, it's going to be take. Yeah, I played B4 here. I figure now it's safe to do so. I mean, usually it's dangerous to do that because the C pawn might get weak,
Mhm.
but I have defenses. I mean, I'm going to play knight d5 and knight e3 if need be to
Right.
protect that guy, and you know,
Okay, so you always have that maneuver in your back pocket in
yeah,
case
and you
that
know,
pawn ever gets in
Black could
trouble.
try f5, but that's also weakening a lot of squares. So, you know, you could clearly see the fiend shadow is really not leading it to anything.
Right.
I mean, I could just dictate the course of the game.
Hmm.
So,
A viewer was asking if you ended up checking his games before you played a Crom
yeah, I
played
did
ahead.
prepare. I looked at a couple of games and I saw he played the King's Indian and Benko Gambit.
I see, I see.
And I didn't see any Sicilians though, but I figured it must be in his pocket. But maybe it wasn't because he used up a lot of time in a lot of the stages of the game. So
Mhm.
that kind of led me to surmise that he didn't know the opening too well.
Right,
And proved to be correct.
see.
Uh,
So you moved over to Rook FD1.
yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
this
like
is the
h6 either. He
last.
was trying to play g5 and put his knight on e5. That was his idea. So
Uh-huh.
I figure now I'll switch it to high gear. I'm actually threatening e5 here because his knight on d7 will hang. So he doesn't really have too many good moves. I thought maybe f6 was his best.
To control the a5 square, right?
Mhm.
So you know he falls into a pile of crap here. He lets me play e5, and
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately he cannot trade queens because I play e takes f6 with check,
Yes.
winning a piece, and he can't play knight e8, so that didn't leave him too many options.
So
He had to
knight
put
eight.
his knight on a bad square.
Right.
Maybe knight g8 is better than knight h7. I don't know, but
Any difference
you
really?
know, and also. Yeah, so after takes, yeah, he's in big trouble.
Yeah, that knight had almost no
Yeah,
squares.
and after queen e3, I just thought I was winning, and knight d5, and he's got to
Oh,
take, or else he loses a pawn.
this is obviously.
Yeah, I thought a long
Yeah.
time, you know, I mean, I thought queen d4 was maybe the best, but there are other things I could have tried. Like,
Is creating your pass pawn too fast, like
you know, I
a
thought
mistake,
about
or
a4 and b5 and putting a rook on c6.
Right.
okay.
You know,
Nice
and
outpost.
building up on the C file.
Yes.
Eventually, you know, because he can never take me. I'll take with a B pawn. I'll have a couple of connected pass pawns screaming up the board, and you know, yeah. I mean, I clearly thought I was winning here because my bishop is so much better than his knight. You know,
It's like you're almost up a piece if they
yeah,
can't use that piece.
yeah. The A6 pawn is always a target, and if he plays B5, then he's given up the C5 square. I could play rook c5 and double rooks behind, and you know he can never take because again I'll have too many connected pass pawns.
Right.
But yeah, I thought queen d4 was the best because of the tactics along the diagonal.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah, it forces him to respond here.
Exactly.
yeah.
Take.
And they
I
traded.
expected rook c8. Rook d8 turned out to be a mistake. Uh, I thought d6 was the best. I also had rook c6. He can't take it and take me because after c7 I'll queen the pawn.
Right.
So
So after rook c6 here.
yeah, that's a little trap. C7
C7, and
queen
you
is-
cannot play rook c4 because of the bishop. Yeah.
And everything's covered to
Everything is
ensure that
covered,
the
Yeah.
including
pawn.
my pawn. So that was another trap he could have fallen into, but didn't. But
Very
I
tricky.
thought d6 was the best, and yeah,
Oh, now you have a
he's
obviously.
pretty dead here.
Yeah. This bishop.
I was very happy to see that move, and of course I could
That's
take
it.
the A pawn,
Sure.
but it's much better to win the F pawn.
Mm-hmm.
because then, you saw what happened. I ended up, yeah, in the quiet. I could play bishop c6 too. And I thought
Yeah.
his best move now is to play rook e8, but, I'm
Let's stop in front of the pawn, but it's too late
still,
here already.
yeah.
Yeah,
And after rook e7, I win a piece.
no matter what, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
it's
it.
pretty much over. So, you know, I guess I was better prepared than he was. And,
Yeah, just to that early knight c3 to make sure he's not in
yeah, no
familiar
Benko
grounds.
Gambit.
Yeah.
I do not like to allow the Benko Gambit. One of the reasons I play knight f3 on move 2 when I do is to avoid certain openings, and the Benko Gambit is one of them.
Mhm.
I also prevent the Budapest Gambit,
Right, right.
and against the Queen's Gambit, I prevent the Alban counter Gambit. So knight f3, sidesteps a number of things, and I also don't allow the Nimzo Indian, which
Right.
is very annoying. So
It's
there is a method to my madness.
okay.
So,
Right.
but anyway, I'm happy with a good start. I've been in a bit of a slump, and I'm trying to snap out of it, and I, need to get my confidence. Yeah, there's no good moves here after d6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can't play rook d7 because of e6 check winning a rook. So rook c7 is coming.
Yeah, at this point it's too late, right?
Yeah, at this point it's too late.
Can't
I
even
don't think
play
it can be
queen
safe.
d7, same reason. And yeah, rook c7 is going to win the game for me.
Yeah.
It's got nowhere active to go. And yeah, it's pretty much over here.
I believe in previous years we've also had senior championships, or is this the first one?
I played in several senior championships.
Right.
I played, earlier when it was run by Ed Frunken and Phyllis Benjamin. It was part of the NYSCA, whatever. So the
What years
senior
was that?
tournament actually goes back further than 2019.
Okay.
And
Do you see a lot of familiar faces coming back to this, or?
yeah. When I played in that, I think Rode and Kudrin were also in that, and they've been pretty regular. And
Yeah, I haven't seen Salmatera play here almost ever.
yeah,
So.
Sal, I haven't played in a very long time. I played him once or twice back in the late 70s.
I know you were not sitting right next to him, but do you have any info about his game? We kind of lost signal over there, but
I
where
haven't
was
really
he?
studied his games yet,
Okay.
but I guess that's going to be down the pike sooner or later. So
Yeah, all right.
there is a probability that I'll face him in the later rounds, but
Okay.
it's also possible I could get lucky because Michael Rhodes is higher rated than me, and
Right.
we're both taking
Really?
half-point buys in round 4
Right.
because we committed to playing in the Packer tournament in Brooklyn.
Oh,
So-
okay.
You'll be going from there
Huh?
as well. You'll be coming from there as well.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
going to be fun, and it's a race against time, and I'm hoping that my third round game in Packer doesn't go too long, or else I could be forfeiting the game here.
Right.
So, it's going to be fun, and
We
it
might all have to catch an Uber from there. I'm kind of triple scheduled this weekend as
yeah,
well.
and in that tournament I mentioned, Michael Rode was doing a doubleheader. He was out in Rahway playing in a chessmates tournament. So he had to take the train from Rahway, and it turned out that there was some kind of problem with the train, and he called up the club, and I was playing him,
Mm-hmm.
and he was pleading not to be forfeited. So I agreed to wait for him, and
That was nice of you.
and I mean, well, it, yeah, I mean, I didn't want to win. I actually had a chance to win the championship that year if I forfeited them, but I wanted to play the game.
Right.
And I ended up letting him play with like 5 minutes left on his clock. And of course, I got into trouble and almost lost the game. And luckily escaped with a draw, but that resulted in a multi-way tie.
Right. Right.
And but I think I did a good deed. I come to play. I don't want to win on forfeit.
I see.
It doesn't look good. So, you know. So, what
Um,
can I say?
there's another game that we don't have a lot of information on, and I think
Oh,
you were
this
next to
game,
it.
I was sitting next to it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it,
we were up to the
yeah,
Knights teaming up
yeah,
here.
it definitely looks better for black. But yeah, there
Mhm.
was some tricks. I mean, I think the reason for knight d5 was, he wanted to play b5 earlier, but I think there was knight a5 followed by knight c6, and that's probably why he wanted to drive the bishop away. And
Right.
yeah, now knight a5 is not as, you know,
Yeah.
And there was no way to.
I mean,
Not
well,
here,
also the
right?
bishop's not hanging anymore.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
knight
So
on d5 is
Yeah.
protecting it.
knight
Yeah.
So
c5. Okay. So if b5 is played too early, then knight a5 is possible.
yeah, and then knight c6.
Knight c6.
And
Okay.
I think that
It-
that might be
okay.
the white's advantage.
Mhm.
You got the bishop there,
I see.
but you
Does
might have to take
Check.
that bishop on c8
Yep.
to
and
take.
help
Yeah,
black develop. But
for
white
and
does have the bishop here, so you know,
and then it's like yeah. Oh.
so theoretically this is better for white. But
Mhm.
It's still a game.
Yeah. True.
I don't know what it's like now, but you know.
So in the real game, they play knight e5 to make b5 possible, and then the next couple of moves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
knight f4. This is already looking great for black. You know.
Yeah, the momentum is definitely on their side, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could just take the bishop and play. Oh, yeah, you could do that. You don't even have that. Yeah.
Yeah. White pieces are really cramped.
So this is the position.
There is a 15-minute delay, so that's what we have at this point.
Right.
All right.
Looks like
H3s.
black is definitely better here.
Yes.
Can't you just take the h pawn and
That's what I was thinking.
go back to g5?
G5 and then it's pinned.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
This is horrible. You're in a pin. How do you break that pin?
Yeah.
This is like over. Queen b7 is coming.
Yes.
What is white gonna do?
I don't know.
This is dead.
Yeah.
If they're taking, they might just
Knight
have
E3.
to
You
avoid
could go to that square, but you could still play knight
Knight
g5.
G5.
And,
Yeah.
that's just an extra pawn.
Mhm.
Uh, maybe there's something else you could do.
So what you can do, knight takes G5, knight takes G5, bishop takes G5, pawn takes G5, and can I do bishop E5?
Oh, you have that. Huh?
You take B5, I take E4, you take on H2.
Yeah, maybe
It's
it's
interesting.
not necessary to.
And rook D. Oh no, 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 no. Maybe rook D2.
Maybe after queen f5, white is okay. You threaten the g pawn. You threaten rook
Right.
d7.
So it's interesting. Yeah.
It's a lot of activity. Maybe white's okay here. So
So after probably on B5.
yeah, I think
All we have is g3 here, so
Yeah.
black's probably deciding if they're gonna
yeah,
take or not,
black's thinking whether he should take that pawn.
Or
Maybe.
not.
or trade the bishop.
Yeah.
Yeah, knight takes bishop check, followed by queen
b7.
b7, is not a bad idea either. I would love to play knight g5, but I don't want to trade that knight for that bishop on c1,
Mm-hmm.
which hasn't moved, I
Yeah.
guess.
So probably knight captures E2 is then a queen takes E2, queen
Maybe
B7.
another thing you could do is just knight e2, queen e2, and bishop back to b7, followed by queen c6. So
You can do that too, definitely. Yeah.
yeah, very
We
weak
did-
on the white squares.
Yes, light squares.
What to do about queen c6?
So yeah.
You put yourself in a
Knight
pin,
h4
that's
maybe?
probably going to be a fatal pin.
Is it possible to play knight h4 with the f3 idea and then knight f5 or something?
Ah, that's a good point. And black has to play like knight g7.
And then bishop h6. Once you
Actually, you could also play queen c6 immediately and provoke f3 and
sure. I have to play after it to block you, right, from the diagonal. And then I want
yeah.
the bishop h6 with the knight f5 idea.
I don't, if knight g7 and there's bishop h6,
Yes.
suddenly white's
Mhm.
getting countered.
Yeah.
This is also not clear. Oh, you know, yeah, after bishop h6, white has threat,
Yeah.
bishop g7 followed by rook d6.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Knight f5, rook d6. There's like a lot going
Yeah,
on.
yeah, suddenly white's back in the ball game.
Mm-hmm.
All these tactical threats. So,
So it's interesting.
yeah.
So it's not easy to make a decision to take on e2 or h3 pawn, right?
Yeah, not easy.
But still, I
So-
gotta like black. I don't like this g3 move.
So maybe knight takes e2, queen takes e2, and
Yeah. Oh, we have
oh.
our guest star here. Okay, I will abdicate.
Thank
Irina.
you, Jay.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you.
Good luck this weekend.
I will do my best. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Hopefully, but first I have to get up out of this chair.
Mm-hmm.
No worries. Give you a hand? All
I
right.
think I'm good. Yeah.
All right.
I assume you won. Yeah. Awesome.
Hey, so.
Oh, hello. How are you? How was your
Hey
game?
guys, yeah, my game was not so bad. I think I tried to make a less popular move on move one just to, I figured at that level people don't really study c4
Mm-hmm.
so much. So yeah, it worked out kind of well because I was probably like close to winning after 5 moves. Um
So, do we have the entire game here?
yeah,
20
yeah,
Okay,
that's it.
cool.
No, actually I think there were a few more moves made after that.
Right.
I think the game is maybe like 29 moves.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so bishop b4, not
Turns out it's not
Yeah.
very.
yeah, not great. Yeah, they
Mhm.
gotta go either like d5 or c5
Mm-hmm.
instead of that. But yeah, bishop b4 just kind of runs into e5, so it's not exactly like a Nimzo.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, after bishop c3, I mean, you can sort of take any way you want, but with the d pawn look pretty nice, and the knight is forced back. And then it's like a French defense where your queen gets to come out early to like probe the weaknesses on black's king side. So yeah, things were pretty bad here. I'm pretty sure I didn't play like the best way at some point,
Mm-hmm.
but we can keep going. Yeah, all of this was fine. Like pushing the h pawn was fine. Getting it up to h5 was pretty good. Bishop f4. She played I think no e6. Yeah.
Um,
So we have it here on number 3, e5.
that
It's
3
interesting.
5 is interesting for black.
Yeah.
Oh well,
You
that
ever look
this
at that?
Yeah. To resist. But I guess you can play knight f3 with a d4, kind of.
kind of lost the tempo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Master Chess Dojo mentions,
And also
yeah, the
c5,
c5 and then
Yeah.
c5 knight
Yeah.
g8. So here later in the game, bishop f4, and yeah, I felt like all the moves were natural and
Yeah, it was only a
Still
question of
it-
like how to win in the best way.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
I mean, at some point I realized I don't really even have to castle queenside because my king is very safe on e1.
Right.
So I wound up going, I think, rook d1. The only thing is that like I also realized, my queen is kind of stuck,
Right.
and I don't want to go knight h4, because then I have to lose the tempo and capture with the rook. So her knight is kind of keeping me from winning. So then I came up with this idea of going like knight d2. This was kind of cool, because basically the point is to like go either queen f3 or queen e2 if I want to, and then go g4, reroute the knight.
Mm-hmm.
So this was already feeling like really good.
Yeah.
After she played, I think, was it b6 or something?
Yeah.
I mean, I was already like you can go knight f6, knight d7, even in that position. Like start looking for like the force wins, king f8, knight d7, bishop d7, rook d3. I mean, I thought that this one should be winning. I mean, there's king e8, so I was like, well, if I take the bishop, she still has two rooks for the queen. And I was like, I didn't even want to like look at that. I mean, even I'm pretty sure that's still a pretty good one for me. But yeah, like at this point, I feel like um, you got to look for the knockout blows.
Yeah, definitely. There's no need to stress yourself out with like two rooks versus a queen and that kind
Yeah,
of
I mean,
nuts.
because black can barely move, right? That's the thing. It's kind of a beautiful position. There was one move I made that I thought wasn't so good. So queen f3 was okay. G4 was okay. I mean, yeah, here I played bishop h3 because I was still kind of thinking about playing g5. It turned out to be kind of like a useless move, so maybe I could have played bishop g3, and then with the plan of like queen f4, rook f3. Maybe that's how I should be trying to improve my position. I mean, I always have sacrifices. Like even here, I have the sacrifice knight f6. It's just with the idea of queen c6, but instead of like after g4 knight e7, yeah, like I could go knight f6 here instead of bishop h3. Pawn takes, pawn takes. I mean, the knight the knight has only g8, then there's queen c6, then maybe there's
No, at GA then he gets mated,
queen
I think.
e4. Yeah, it's mate in one, right? So that doesn't
Yeah.
work. Yeah.
So
I mean,
maybe sacrifice back the knight.
yeah, you'll have to sacrifice it back. I mean, it was just like another attractive option. So like that's what this sort of part of the game was about. In the end, I didn't really do any of these things. But she kind of let me break through myself well, she kind of did the breakthrough for me. Like I played bishop g3, and I guess she was just like tired of looking at this position, and then she played d6.
Right.
And then, it's not like, black is really breaking out of this.
So he kind of gave you the nice breakthrough.
Yeah, like extra pawn and still like all the advantages. I just have to like maneuver my pieces a little bit. And yeah, she played bishop d7, knight f7. We took that bishop, and I'm threatening queen c6. Okay, she moved out of the pin. Yeah, but unfortunately, she kind of loses the e6 pawn.
E6 pawn, yeah.
Yeah, and
It's overwhelming at this point.
yeah, I feel like king f1.
The moves are still coming in, that's why.
Yeah, I played king f1. It might have been a little bit like inaccurate, just even like giving her rook f6 as an option. And I have to kind of step back. But she played king h8, and then I was like, all right, it's time to be fancy. I didn't want to take the knight on c6. So I played bishop e5.
Okay.
Threatening mate in 2, and then and I think she didn't make a move here. I think this was probably the last move of the game.
Okay.
But the idea is that if she takes on e5, I just play queen e5, and then like everything is hanging, the rook, the knight's pinned to checkmate, so white wins. So I think just like the opening choice kind of helped me get like to a really good position faster. So sometimes it makes sense to leave the main lines.
Yes.
For later in the tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah. For later.
No, yeah. Yeah, it definitely looks like she hadn't looked at C4 that carefully, but it was such an instructive game on how to capitalize on an early mistake.
Yeah, it was interesting. Like I gotta say, like all the interesting stuff was in this opening because when she played so I played C4, not knowing what she was gonna do. She played E6, so I'm like, oh, okay, so she's a Queen's Gambit player because why else? That's why you would play E6, right? So I go Knight C3, and I'm like expecting D5, and then she goes Knight F6, and I'm like, huh. So, okay, but why did you start with that move order? You could have also started with Knight f6, right? But you started with e6, and then you went for Knight f6. And this is actually where I thought for a while, I was like, okay, this one, yeah, she'll probably go for Nimzo. There's that. I guess she'll still go for a Queen's Gambit. And then finally I was like, okay, well, let's just try this because, I have some experience in this line, and it's a little bit still like requires you to know stuff. So that was really like the big invention of this game was the opening choice.
Right, right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. So I think you're playing all 5 rounds this weekend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually I'm staying like with my sister. She grew up and graduated from college, has a
Uh-huh.
job, and so she lives in Manhattan now.
Oh,
Okay.
Which is, what I've been dreaming of my whole life is to have a family member live in Manhattan,
Right.
so I can, stay over once in a while.
okay. So you can
So,
get a good night's sleep
yeah,
and be ready for
exactly. I don't
tomorrow.
have to like go back to Brooklyn,
Yeah.
So, that's kind of exciting. I've never seen her place.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be, because he's only been there for a couple of months, and I've been like gone from New York for like 3 months.
Right.
So yeah, I'm gonna get to see it for the first time today, so it's kind of exciting. That's the plan. It's good that I didn't finish so late.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be great. That's an advantage in itself, just to less commute, less
Oh,
Yeah,
more rest, and
exactly. Yeah, I'm kind of tired, so I
yeah,
think I will get going.
definitely.
I'll catch you
Yeah.
guys later.
All right. Thank you
Bye-bye.
so
See you
much.
this weekend.
Bye.
Let me see.
Oh, what a nice games. All
Oh,
right.
definitely super instructive. I liked it. And how many other games have finished in the women's? Oh, we haven't heard from
Oh,
Yvette's game
Yvette's game.
here.
Okay. We finished.
Yeah, they finished over here. So, oh,
All right. So we have
this is part of the
so board 1, board
women's.
3, board 4. They all finished, and board 7 is finished. And how's the seniors looking? So
They have this super delayed.
it still shows
15 minutes, I guess. Okay. So thank you, Nightbot. Oh, this is
what is that one?
the automatic from a long time ago. All right, so we have. There's Nightbot. Interesting. Right, so the queen felt like a little bit awkward here in the center, and then they traded off. Had to castle at that point.
Yeah, here the black was a little bit in troubled. Oh, c5 shows the blunder.
Not seeing it right away. Why is it such a huge blunder?
Oh, I don't know. Let's see.
There's a bit of an inaccuracy. Queen d2 was better, offering the queen trade,
Right.
and it's because f7 is too weak, right? So just letting the knight move out of the way, and then f7 is the target, since we already have 2 knights and the bishop aiming at it. Okay. Yeah, the knight will be loose, right? Yeah, if the queen d2, the knight will be loose. They can trade it, and then the idea is that f7 will be yours. So queen f2, and thank you, Elise. And then bishop e6, kicking the bishop out. All right, so white with a huge advantage after that tactic. So the pawn on c6 was necessary for some hope here. I mean, it was hard to move anyway since f7 was already under attack twice. So
Yeah, no, c6 is important. Yeah, and then bishop has to somehow, yeah, e6.
bishop e6 might be a little bit better. Okay, so then pawn c5, and then this.
Oh, this is not looking good. Wow, interesting.
It's not good enough. Yeah.
Wow.
Work back to a 8, check, check.
Yeah, king is
There's no
safe.
perpetuals, yeah.
Yeah, there is no perpetuals. King is definitely safe. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is lost.
It's a
Yeah,
play
this
over,
is
yeah.
pretty bad. Yeah.
So, the ending of board 1 already finished. We already saw Aileen.
Yeah.
What other
We have
Louis? Alright, so
we can move on
I wanted to go to
seniors.
the lower boards of some of my friends over there, Bushwick from Bushwick.
Sure,
They're
going on.
playing.
Mm-hmm.
Says the 8th board, Sydney was playing white here
Yeah.
and getting into pretty solid London with the
Mm-hmm.
open H file already. I was questioning this move a
Yeah.
little bit, like not sure where the knight's going, but maybe she was making room for a queen.
Mm-hmm.
Not really sure of what her idea might be here, and I was surprised Black decided to castle into this.
Take an invitation. Come. Let's
Yeah.
go. I'm ready.
Okay, cute little maneuver there to move the knight
Sure.
here and then F4.
Yeah. To preparing what E5 square? Oh, for the king on F2. Okay.
G4, G5.
Perhaps going
Wow,
back.
that knight's dancing. How many moves is gonna take?
That's a lot. I feel that.
And then to let it and then
Yeah,
to let it get traded.
exactly. Just shotgun E5 straightforward and didn't waste so many moves.
So many moves invested on that knight already gone.
Yeah, now look at the rook G6 kind of prevents the G4 as well, right? So you have to.
It's Queen H5 something to
Yeah.
think about here. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, nice.
All right.
All right, so we're gonna move over to the senior
Yeah.
championship here. All right. Where do you want them to sit? Yeah, they can sit right here in the center, front and center.
Yeah, you're gonna sit.
So,
You're gonna bring down.
make some room for you guys.
Yeah, you sit here.
Yeah, you guys can take the two
Yeah,
seats here.
you sit here. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, it just because we just moved it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's fine.
All right. Welcome, guys. You guys were on board 2 playing against each other. The moves are still coming in a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So thanks for playing in the senior championship over here. Just going to go through some of the moves. If you have any ideas or comments about
Oh,
about
just
your
normal
games, yeah.
opening. So far, it's just a normal opening.
Right.
Developing pieces.
Developing pieces, but I was so surprised
I was surprised.
this
by
was the
G4.
strategy.
Oh,
Surprised by G4. Have you
some,
played that?
I played like that before, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right.
Knight C6, Bishop G2.
There's G2 here, and then
So white has a little bit space advantage, but very hard to do anything.
Is E5 correct? I think
Oh,
it's correct.
probably,
Yeah, right,
because-
right, yeah. The Knight G2.
Knight A2, yeah.
I think Rook B8 is the only plan, right? I don't know what else to play for.
No, they usually take on D4 in such positions.
Oh, they take and then Knight D4, and then what do they do? Knight E5, or do they play? Do they take?
No,
on
they
D4?
take and then maybe like Bishop G7. Somebody played Bishop G7.
Oh, okay. So it's
But it's,
take.
takes.
doesn't really matter.
Take.
Yeah, take with a knight. Or, yeah,
Take back.
Okay, and now Bishop D7.
maybe Bishop D7 to put it on C6. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Ah, I see.
That's more solid, probably, right?
Very solid, yes.
Okay. Maybe I should have played that.
But I don't know whether it's better.
Oh, okay.
All right, so we went over to Rook B8, Queen D2, and
Rook E8, yeah.
So finally, I completed my development.
Yeah.
So for the first time in the game, I felt a little bit better.
Oh, you felt better after that?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what's your plan here? What you were thinking now?
Well, white has to play somewhere.
Mhm.
Probably F4 should be my main idea here.
Right, to break through and then open up
So sort of,
F5,
yeah,
right?
right.
Okay.
But after B5, F4 didn't look good.
Okay.
So B5 was timely. It sort of disrupted my plans.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now B4 is in there, right? So
Yeah.
it's kind of annoying.
That's why you play D5, right? You play
Let's-
D5. I
yeah.
think I have to play Knight D4, right? I don't think I go back. If I
Knight
go back,
A7 is also possible.
you think so? I thought then you could play F4.
Well, there is before all this. That's a problem.
Oh, okay.
What to do with this knight?
Oh,
Where to
B7.
go?
Okay.
So, so
Okay.
So
I-
why won't you play the knight g3 with the idea coming knight on ce2?
yeah, maybe it's a possibility. Yes, yes. Maybe it's a good possibility.
Hmm.
So
Oh,
not
it's-
f4.
instead
not
go
F-
back.
instead of
Instead
F4,
of f4, then play
play
knight on
knight,
g3.
knight G3, and then if I play B4, then he can.
And yeah, and before.
Yeah,
and
maybe
yeah,
it was a
and
good idea.
Still idea at f4.
Yeah, F4 in there, and everything's protected in my position, right? So,
And I'm passive, right? I'm
Yeah.
pretty passive, I think.
oh, good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So
why-
maybe it was better than what I did. What did I do? I played before something.
Well, I played knight D4. I didn't go back.
So
And
you
then you played
played,
B4. Yeah, you
yeah.
played B4.
I think
yeah.
we were talking about this, Miguel. Was that possible to take on d4? Knight captures d4?
Yeah, I was wondering why just
Pawn
not
takes,
taking.
bishop
Bishop
takes,
takes.
and then b4
And then B4.
b4 and the knight just moves to.
anywhere. Knight
Oh,
No,
e4.
bishop takes f6.
I was I was
that's
thinking
what
of
we were
taking first.
Yeah.
Taking.
Well, possible, but then it's strong bishops for black. Not much fun to play with white.
Yeah, I was thinking materially.
'Cause I just play bishop
Yeah,
F6,
We
right?
keep
like
the
so.
Yeah.
we
I
keep
don't
the
like such
extra pawn
positions.
and
But I guess
Mm.
it's better than.
No, I don't like such positions with
No,
white. What to
okay.
do?
What to do? Okay.
I don't know. Maybe a 4 e5.
it takes a lot of time to untangle, right?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
making sure the pieces stay active. But
Yeah.
I was just thinking materially if there was a reason to not take. But
Hmm?
okay, lock it up with B4,
C5.
C5.
Did you agree with C5? Did you think that was
Yeah.
correct? Yeah. Okay. Rook at B1, bishop B6, and then knight C5.
So white is a little bit better, but not much, I believe.
Do you think taking is correct? I think I have to
Well,
take, right? Or
I don't know what else.
what else?
You could
right?
play 97, I guess, but
Right.
so the idea, of course, is to create a pass pawn.
Create a
Yeah.
pass pawn.
C4 surprised me. I was, it makes sense, but I
Makes sense, yeah.
Knight C3 then. Queen C7 is a mistake because after Rook A7, I have to go back.
Yeah,
I was going to play Rook B7, but then I noticed Knight B5, and I've got
Yeah.
big problems.
yeah.
So maybe instead of Queen C7, I should play Knight C8. You think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe Knight C8, and maybe I have a chance of holding this then. Or, I know White's still better. Do you think it's Knight C8's better than Queen C7?
I don't know.
Because you were thinking a while now.
Yeah. No, position is not so easy to play.
That's amazing.
Yeah, maybe I say it is correct.
Because
Yeah.
then it stops here, but then you might play Rook A6 anyway, right?
Yeah, maybe it's.
Rook A6, but now I haven't wasted. Maybe I could play Rook E7 and try and come over now. Maybe I wasted a tempo going back and forth, right?
Maybe, but. So what, b5? No, b5. Or maybe even rook c6.
Oh,
As a,
Rook C6.
yeah,
right.
trying to get rid of this pawn.
Right.
Yeah. Better for white, right?
Yeah. It's better.
How much better, I don't know, but probably.
Got the Queen C7. You have to shuffle back.
Yeah, I went back, and then I thought I lost a little bit of time doing that.
But I was starting to spend time because I wasn't sure exactly what to do.
Right. But then you played Rook A6, Knight C8, and then you played Queen A2.
So activated all my pieces, right?
Yeah.
I hoped it would be good.
Yeah, Queen A5, which I thought was, and then Queen E5, Knight FD7, and then you played Knight B5, and I knew you were going to play Knight A7, Knight C6, and then paralyze my pieces. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, the 6 is the weakness.
Yeah, I have to play Bishop F8 now. I have to
Yeah.
and then he goes back. He goes Knight A7, Queen C7. Right.
Yeah.
I was looking at Rook A8, but I don't think that does anything for me. Rook A8, right?
Well, it's
Rook A8 instead.
in which position?
Yeah. Okay, Queen C7, Knight C6.
No,
No, Knight C6,
right?
yeah. And then can I play Rook E8?
No,
No.
I
No.
take on b6.
Oh, you take on B6. That's right. That's why I have to play Rook E6.
Oh.
Right. Okay.
Bishop.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so Rook B7.
So it's
and not G5. And now what do I do? I didn't know what to do.
well, not much.
No.
Yeah, there's like
Looks like you're locked
there's no
down.
activation
It's,
yet.
it's
right
very
now.
hard. I have no moves.
Yeah,
And you could keep improving, right? Yeah.
Right.
Well, actually, I was thinking, where can I improve? So
Oh.
G5 was one of the ideas. Rook C1 was another. But in the end, I decided to give up my bishop on G2, which
Now
didn't-
what? Yeah, and you play so after yeah, I played King G7. Maybe I should have played H6, but then you play H4, right?
probably.
Yeah, right. I can't get rid of that pawn, right? I played King G7, I think. I didn't know what to do. I had no play, so I didn't know what to. And then he played Rook C1, and then I didn't know what to do still. But I don't know what to do against Bishop F1 and takes. I didn't.
yeah.
That's probably good enough.
Yeah, it looks like white has all the space and
Do you think this is
Check
winning for
prep.
white now?
Well, looks very strong.
It looks winning, right? Or you think it's just strong? I
Well,
thought
same, so
I
it's
thought it was
winning.
winning. I thought it
Maybe
was
it's winning.
Yeah, I thought it was winning. Bishop G7, yeah.
So F5 was a good move, trying to create counterplay a little bit.
Hmm.
So what, I played Rook A7,
Yeah. But maybe I should.
Rook C8, I don't know, but
Yeah, Rook C8. Maybe I should have played Rook C8.
but then it's passive, right? So this idea with F5, why didn't you continue?
Oh, you mean with F4?
Well,
You mean
B5
take
is
and then play F?
fine.
You mean instead of F?
well, take and just push pawns. No. This is
No,
that's
go
the
back.
idea.
Yeah, when he played Rook A7, take, and now play F4.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
No, I was going to take with the bishop, of course.
Instead of knight
He's
take
gonna
a
take with the
Yeah.
bishop. He's gonna take with the
No,
bishop.
Oh,
yeah,
instead of
okay,
knight
yeah.
taking them. Yeah, rook
Rook
takes
takes,
on a7, bishop
and then
takes
play
a7,
F4.
And then F4. Why
and then
you-
f4. But
It's not a bad idea.
still b5, right?
Well, B5, E4. I don't know.
And b6.
And A3.
Yeah.
Take.
You're not afraid?
A little bit afraid. Yeah. Dangerous business.
It is dangerous.
Oh, I have to take. And then king
King
F1,
F1?
probably. Probably it's good enough, but I don't know. I have to get rid of this pawn.
Right,
Yeah.
Not so easy, maybe.
right.
But if
Well,
if I'm winning, then I'm winning. Maybe
Sure, but
that's
I mean, right now, I mean, sure, the E pawn is kind of closer to promotion, but like black doesn't have enough pieces to kind of help out, you know. And your pawn, B pawn, just goes to B7, kind of, and then B8, you know.
so probably it's still winning. But at least I had to calculate this variation.
Yes, yeah, that's for sure.
All right.
Thank you, thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Sure.
Great game.
Thank you.
Wish you guys a good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, what a games.
yeah, I got all the past pawns here.
Yeah.
And then in the end, he didn't. Well, looks like this is how it ended with his sacrifice and too
Yeah.
many pawns
Yes.
and
Yeah,
knight on a
it's like-
perfect square.
It's
is nice,
impossible to
right?
stop, yeah. So it's
Lord-
always important that how you start the opening, right? So in the opening, if you start passive, then it's kind of hard to get out
Yeah,
and then break through. But let's see how the other games went.
right. So on commentary, we both work for the Marshall Chess Club. My name is Miguel Garcia, expert level USCF, and also Tamar Janadri,
Yeah.
also an expert level from in USCF. So both Marshall staff members and TDs, you'll see us around if you ever visit the club. So move on to the women's championship here.
Mm-hmm.
And we were going over some of the lower boards over here.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
You were on board 8, right?
yes, and
This is
I was wondering about this rook here on g6 if we have time to play queen h5 and create some threats that way.
I don't know.
Like what move are they gonna play to defend it? You think king h7 or
Happy day, Chen and John. MacArthur, nice to meet you, Mr. John.
uh barely over 2000? Make good moves.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
great. Okay.
Right, found it. Switch over. Switch over.
Oh, okay. All right. So Iris can come in. Yeah, there we go.
Oh.
Sorry.
No worries. It's just the power button there. Yeah. It's okay. Um,
Okay, we just have to wait a little bit.
yeah, no worries. So
How was your game? Tell us a little bit how you felt about it.
Yeah, I thought it was she played really well in the beginning. I
Mhm.
was expecting it to be like a maybe I mean it was pretty clean, but I was expecting it to be an easier win, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But up until I think Queen H3, she was doing really well.
okay. So yeah, we looked at this game, to castle out, and then
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it looked like this maneuver here.
That was pretty
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, this is all pretty normal. And then as we keep going, I think Rook C1 was a little unusual, but I
Right.
mean, she had like plenty of time later because we did a lot of maneuvering, so it wasn't a big issue.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, as we keep going, I think C4 was good. And I played King H8 because I was afraid of like F4, the previous move instead of B3,
Okay.
but it was not a big issue.
So what was your after F4, what were your thoughts on it? How would you like continue your game?
Well, I was thinking like knight takes F4,
Yeah.
and
Right.
then she'll take on H7,
Right.
and then I don't know, I'm not too sure about that position.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I don't go knight takes F4,
Right.
F5 is coming and it's
Right.
kind of hard to stop.
Mm-hmm.
So
So you're gonna take and
yeah,
And then bishop takes on the H7
yeah,
check.
bishop takes on H7.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting imbalance.
So that was the reason also king H8. So then
Yeah.
if you take it, there is no check.
Yeah.
Okay.
But bishop F5, I felt like this was a minor inaccuracy because usually you try to keep the bishops on the board.
Mm-hmm.
I realized the reason she did it was because she wants to go D5 and tries to get rid of my bishop in order to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of hard for like either side to do anything. If white wants to win, it's kind of hard to win. If black wants to win, it's also kind of hard to win.
Sure.
So yeah, bishop F5. And then I kind of left the bishop there because at this point I was already starting to plan like the takes 97 F5 idea. So yeah, we keep going, a few more moves. I brought my king back to G8 eventually, which is kind of funny. And then the bishop went back to D3. And then
so it's like whoever blinks first right now, and
yeah, bishop G4 was just a move, nothing crazy. Rook C1, and then A6 was to have like bishop A7 ideas, but it's also like very minor.
Right.
And then here I finally go for the takes.
Right.
97 F5. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Queen H3 here I think was a pretty big mistake. Queen H5 I think would have made more sense.
Mm-hmm.
It was less active, and then I liked my Queen A5 move after. So F5 here.
So Queen H5 actually would also.
It would have just Queen H5 if I go I would have gone F5.
Yes, because knight F5
Yeah.
wouldn't work, right? After G6, you just
Yeah. Yeah, because if knight takes F5, knight takes, queen takes.
Queen, yeah.
Queen takes H2.
H2 check, yeah.
And it's like technically balanced, but king
But
F1.
you have a little bit better.
Yeah, like rook takes D4, something
Sure.
like that. Should
Yeah.
work.
Mhm.
So
nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cute.
yeah, so I went so yeah, Queen H5, it's just more active. So after Queen H3, F5, she went knight H5, knight G6, and then here she went G3. I don't exactly know where she went wrong, but I feel like by the time she went G3, Queen A5, this looks very good for me.
So she kind of like locked the pieces on the king side.
Yeah,
Didn't had
especially
a lot of
queen.
right, right, and then kind of left the queen side open for you to just easily to
Yeah,
enter.
yeah. But I mean, this is move like 27, so she was playing very well for like 24 moves or something, which is
Right.
pretty really good for like her level, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But then here it kind of fell apart after I forgot what she played. Queen D5. Oh yeah, D5 was I didn't see it originally, but I don't think it's a big deal. I just take the pawn. And yeah, eventually rook e5 and she loses a piece in this position. I have
Mm-hmm.
d4 coming. And then yeah, that's basically the game.
Right. Mm, okay. Nice. Okay. So
So
We have the attack to the knight.
yeah,
Also the attack on the
That's
bishop.
yeah,
yeah.
bishop and the bishop cannot move
Yeah.
because the e1 is hanging.
So it's like
Yes.
kind of like 3-in-1. And b4 would have been a better try here, but I mean, as white playing b4,
Mm-hmm.
but she loses a piece eventually, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can go like queen a3, which is probably what I would do, and then rook d1, to pin the rook, but like rook e to e8 should
You just retreat the
Yeah.
other rook back.
just defend the other rook, and it
Yeah.
should be
And that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
And
Nice complication they might have found, but
mm-hmm.
yeah, here up a piece, you just trade it down, and
Yeah, now you're
yeah.
definitely winning the
Winning.
position. Check, and that's it. Yeah.
were you able to participate in the women's championship last year as well, or
No, I wasn't able to. I don't remember what it was, but I had some sort of conflict.
something
Right,
conflict?
right.
Okay. So glad to have you this year.
Yeah.
Are you playing all 5 rounds
Yeah.
this weekend?
I'm buying the fourth round for a robotics competition.
Oh,
All
okay.
right, busy.
Yeah, pretty busy this weekend, but I'm looking forward to the rest of the event for
All
sure.
right.
Yeah, we're looking forward to have you back here. Thanks for joining us to review the game.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
good luck for
Good-
this weekend.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
okay.
Okay. He's gonna review put in the rest of the moves. Yeah,
Okay. Oh, yeah, because we are missing. True. Okay.
that's true. Um,
So we can really quickly go and see maybe the.
right.
No,
We
no
have
problem.
the 12th move.
Yes.
Yeah, disconnected. Yeah. So um,
Oh, there we go. So it's
it looks like they're coming in. Yeah, they're putting in the
yes.
moves
Yes, they are.
off the score sheet. Okay. So for now, the rest of the girl games, right?
Yes.
Still haven't advanced on my friend's game here, but it looks like she did create a bit of an attack. Let me see. We're up to rook g6.
Just give us
Yeah, like
Oscar's updating his score sheet.
score sheet on the thing, right?
I think so. Yeah.
That happens. Okay, so we have rook g6. Let's trade here. And yeah, just rook looks misplaced. They have to stop the knight from getting that touch on it, right?
Nope.
Of course.
Oof.
Okay.
So now the rook on g6 got stuck in a way.
Yeah, we're
So-
stopping the advance of the pawns, but now
Yes, exactly. Before it
I
was
wish I could do more.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm liking Sydney's position here. Feels like she's aggressive. Hmm,
Can they?
Is there enough?
I don't know. Bishop g5, pawn takes, rook takes g5, or queen takes
I
g5.
think queen takes.
Uh,
I don't see the
check on
amount of
d7.
checks.
Queen d7 check and then e6 check. Do I like this?
Can
or
I
no?
hide?
I can take on d5 and give you the g3, but I don't know. Then e3 is hanging. So I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, anytime we go into like queen and rook endgame or something like that,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel nervous for any perpetuals or any
Perpetual checks, yeah.
already
That's,
mates.
ugh.
I don't know what's gonna happen. This looks very double-edged.
So what
I'm
happens?
guessing she found like she thinks she sees something here after knight g5, bishop takes, pawn takes. She must have seen queen takes or maybe assumed only rook takes was possible. But
Queen g5. I'm assuming that maybe the queen d7 is
the idea.
the idea, maybe. I mean, black can run or they can play queen e7.
Yeah, sure.
If you like, yeah.
Just go back to 419.5.
Yes.
That looks very suspicious to me. I'm just wondering whether or not go back.
So black played h5, so they want to play h4 to break through and open up that.
It's looking that rook on g4 is just like so stuck.
It is stuck.
They c5.
We're right into
Excellent. Rook takes c5.
Rook takes c5, for example.
Mm-hmm.
You can always play knight g5 check if you're desperate. But
Well, do I have to take it on c5? Can I just push on h4? Do I have that to open up?
style. Have a seat.
Yeah.
Great.
oh, look at this diagram.
Yeah, exactly.
It's easier.
All right, so
We can come back to
yeah,
the
we can go back
game.
to this
Yeah,
game.
so
We
let's
have
see.
a song here for board one of the what's it called? Senior Championship.
I'm gonna call this
Well,
one the
against-
Great Escape.
So, okay, we have some of the game coming through, but yeah, we were stuck
We were
with
here,
this
queen.
information
Yes. Mm-hmm.
all day. So
Okay.
here, with the black pieces here.
Yeah, I'm in black, but probably I could have taken this knight on d4 and played bishop c6, which is kind of normal.
Mm-hmm.
But this is more complicated. It keeps a lot of pieces on the board. This is certainly equal for black.
Yeah, that's a nice too. Gives you a little, the space as well.
Yeah,
right?
instead of this, and that's the whole point of bishop d7 is to
Right.
take and get it up
On
and
c6.
play, and then try to play b5.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't. And then he moved the knight back, so I couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah, right. So now that bishop d6 is kind of, and d7 is kind of in awkward position at the moment.
Yeah, I still like black. It feels like a hedgehog kind of thing.
It is a
I don't-
hedgehog.
I don't know what white can do, so I think I played bishop e8 here, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Think.
Yes,
Bishop
bishop e8. This is bishop e3
What was
here.
your plan here? Where would you like to play here?
I was going to play b6, which I did soon, and I kept trying to find a time when either knight e5 or knight a5 was going to,
Mm-hmm.
and then he would play b3. So I was looking at things to play. I played this first, so I could play knight e5 maybe, and then try to play b5 and just
Okay.
expand very quickly.
Right. Okay.
And maybe I should have. Did I do this?
Yeah.
You play knight
so it's
e5,
knight
yeah.
five.
Yeah, I didn't know whether to play knight a5 or knight b4. I mean, I had knight confusion here, like knight
Right.
d7 to c5. I mean, well,
Right.
but I couldn't find anything to sort of break through. He's very passive, but I didn't know I couldn't find a plan. And then it gets tricky.
So yeah, maybe the knight a5 was the better choice. So you don't have to allow the white to play f4 with the tempo, and now you have to move the knight.
Right. But I was also hoping that now the e pawn would be weak. So now with the next thing I'm going to play knight e d7 and then knight c5 and queen b7. I saw all this coming.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Fair enough.
So what happened? Yeah, did that?
Yeah, knight d7.
Two.
Two.
I think I should be playing queen b7 here.
Queen b7 definitely looks very interesting. Pressuring on e4. So white has to play what here?
I don't know. I think I saw ghosts. I thought he could play knight d4. Maybe not. I thought I was going to get pinned on this diagonal here. Like I have to, if I'm in the shop, I'm going to take
Can
him
I
with the bishop.
play knight e4?
Knight e4.
Because I'm attacking the queen.
Knight c6 is a shot
Oh, it is.
because knight e7 check is coming and then my queen is gone. I lose the house
Oh,
there.
yes, you're right.
That's crushing move.
Oh, yeah, because the knight is on d7. You don't have that extra move. Knight on c5 will be like
Right.
nice.
And the game's over.
Yeah, no, that's not good. So you
then
cannot play
take.
then. So then, if you do take with the bishop, then it's really
I'm not sure I saw anything concrete. So if I take and
Knight takes,
he plays knight takes.
and then knight takes, and then you're pinned now. But I
Right,
don't know. Is
but
it
maybe
gonna
it doesn't
be?
matter,
Maybe it
'cause
doesn't matter because you have a d5, right?
I think that's why I think queen b7 was right. I think I just missed it.
Right, right. I think you were just got hung on the pinned position, and you were so afraid that, like, yeah,
Terrified.
yeah.
Okay, so go
So
back.
okay.
So I played knight c5. And did he play? And this is a very strong move. He didn't even realize how strong it is because he can now play b5. And I thought, I don't have to take because I thought, well, I'll just play bishop b7.
Right.
But then he plays a5.
A5.
So all of a sudden, this
The
battery
B6.
here is incredibly strong.
Wow.
And I think he's breaking through, and I have big problems.
If
He
you come
didn't
back
see-
on knight c5,
Guess he takes on a6.
bishop takes on a6.
And he takes on.
Well, if
Well,
you,
maybe I'm just hanging in there, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm surviving here.
Hmm.
Just take.
We had also here could we also capture knight c captures e4.
No, I think you're right. This is awkward. What do I do?
Yeah.
Did we have the knight c captures e4 instead?
When? Before?
Instead of knight
Instead of
d7.
knight d7, he says. Okay. So, yeah,
Taken directly.
yeah.
I
Bishop
think he takes
b6.
twice and he plays bishop b6.
Takes, and then bishop b6.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Might have
Actually,
feeling
to be
it.
honest, I was thinking about this
Yes.
because and maybe either queen c2 or queen b7, and if he takes on d8, I could take back with the bishop or something, and it's
Yeah, but I don't
it's
think
very
that's
dangerous.
gonna.
I don't think it's enough.
That's not enough. I don't think so. No.
So once again, I didn't.
No. Now I think I agree with you. It's not enough. Yeah.
Right.
So worried about
Bishop
skewer
takes
after, right?
and bishop b6, and then it's
Mm-hmm.
scaring queen and the rook.
So
So it says
once
Knight
again, I
d7.
retreated.
Retreated. Yeah, I
Seven.
think that's the best. Yeah. So just
And now I think he played b5, and I'm starting to get into he played b5. I think.
no. It says a5. Does it play?
it says a5 for the game, but the moves seem
No, it
to
was
still
definitely-
be coming in.
It was b5.
It was b5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we have the.
I have a score sheet.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
let's do that bullshit then.
What move number is this?
21. Yeah.
He didn't play either one. He played g4
Oh, okay.
instead of a5.
You play g4. That's interesting.
Mhm.
Okay.
I have a feeling I should have played h6 here and not worried about him pushing.
G5 takes, and
And
then
then I think knight e8, and then my knight comes, and then I
Knight
looked
comes.
at, and then he plays rook f1, and I play knight e5, and he plays bishop d4,
yes, and then
and I
knight.
played, how did I defend? There's an easy defense here, I thought. Maybe just bishop f8.
Can't you not take
Oh,
on
wait a minute.
g5s? Like simply?
Yes, taking on g5.
Yeah. Then the queen.
I am hanging the b pawn again, though.
And the queen protects. Oh, the b pawn is hanging.
Yeah, like right away, right?
Yeah, because you play knight e5, so knight e5 allows you to take.
So
on
there's a
this-
problem. I can't play knight e5,
Knight-
then I'm in
yes,
trouble. So
yes.
I guess
So-
h6 was not a good move.
Uh,
I didn't play.
yeah.
He was starting to get a very good game here. So g4, so now I figured I had to come out. I had to do something. So I played d5.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that was another chance for queen b7.
Yes, queen b7 probably would save you a lot.
It's tricky though. It really is.
It is very tricky, yes, but at the same time, you move your queen on this diagonal, light square diagonal, and then kind of also, if in case you need to sacrifice b6 pawn, you're kind of ready for
I
that.
think what I was worried about is if I play queen b7, he just plays knight g3, and he's still coming with b5. If you take the d pawn,
Yes,
the d pawn back,
yes.
right?
Yes.
And no,
Oh,
just
No.
move it back to d6. If I play queen b7,
Queen
I think he
b7,
plays
knight
knight g3.
g3.
And even though the knight's hanging, I have no discoveries. now I could try d5 again.
So I'm protecting e4, and then now b5 is
Right.
on go.
So I probably have to play.
Can't you play?
Actually, I can't play. If I play d5, he plays b5.
Can't you play b5 instead?
That's a good question.
But the
Yes.
problem is, if he takes, you have to take it. You have to give up the bishop, because if the pawn takes, then rook a7, then your queen becomes. Yeah,
Right.
it's a really tough position here. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he outplayed me here for a while.
Yeah.
So d5.
Yeah, I think that the queen b7, when you had the chance, you
Then it was
missed
good.
That was a good, yeah, and then you missed that. Yeah.
I saw the idea, I just mistimed it.
Exactly, yeah.
So this was b5. He didn't play a5. I
Was
played
it,
d5.
G4.
He played g4. I played d5.
Mm-hmm.
He played b5.
Mm-hmm. And then
I took,
once.
and he took back with the pawn.
Okay, and then bishop.
And I played bishop b7.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just losing a pawn here.
Yeah.
So his position's a little shaky, but so he played ed. I played knight d5. He played knight d5. Everything got exchanged.
Yeah. Knight d5.
Yeah.
Knight
Bishop
d5.
takes, bishop
Bishop
takes,
takes.
pawn takes, rook takes d5.
So now you're down
One pawn.
Okay.
But it's a very bad pawn, and his
C2,
king is very weak.
Sure.
So I played knight c5, which is a very good blockade now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
Could you not take it on c2 yet, or the rook c1 looked?
I think
Good.
it was losing. I'm trying to remember.
Rook c1 probably, right?
Yes, rook c1.
That's the only one. Yeah, because
And then
b6 they cannot
And then he
take
takes,
it.
and I drop the knight on d7.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Carlos. Okay, so go back. So I couldn't take on c2, so I just huddled up. I played knight c5 after he played that. So I played knight c5.
Yeah.
And he played, I think this was a mistake. He played queen g2.
Queen G2, got it.
And loose pieces drop off. So,
Right,
so I played rook e8.
Okay.
I don't want to exchange any rooks.
Sure.
Looking at things like bishop f6 or that kind of thing. And he played rook a d1, which looks very good. And then I played a sneaky move, bishop f8. And this was much stronger than he realized. I think he has to play queen f3 or something. He played bishop d4. Now I got some cheapos here, et cetera, and I have a nice shot. I played knight e6.
Mm-hmm.
And he's in trouble.
Yeah.
Because the f pawn and the c pawn are hanging.
Yep.
Okay, but he does what looks very strong. He plays f5. So if I take on d4 with the knight, he plays knight d4. He's still up and it's coming into
Could
c6.
he have done bishop e5? Or the bishop e5 didn't do anything? Because the c2.
I take on c2.
Yeah, and then I don't have the rook c.
And you're not on b6 anymore.
Exactly. Okay.
Okay, so
Makes sense. Okay, f5 then.
f5, and now I had my puzzle rush moment. I played queen takes c2, which looks bad. He played rook c1.
Oh.
And now the fun begins. So I played queen c1 check. The whole thing works now. Played knight takes c1.
Oh, nice.
Rook takes
Nice
c1.
combination.
He can't go to f2 because then I check and take his queen. He has to go to h2, and now knight f4 is tremendously strong.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
The whole thing, the only square he can go to, because he could get he's queen g3, he's practically getting mated too.
Exactly.
So he played queen f3,
Queen f3.
and then I kept looking for mates here, like rook e2,
Right.
king up, rook checks, king up to h4, bishop e7. He
Right.
plays f6.
Ah.
Otherwise, because if it was puzzle rush, it would have worked.
Yes.
So but then I saw something very pretty. I just took the rook, and he took, and this is the best move of the game for me, rook d1, because the queen can't move anywhere. So the queen goes to c4, I play rook e4.
Wow.
And if he plays,
That's a brilliant move.
and if he plays, what did he play? He tried king g3.
King G3, got it.
And I almost played, what did I almost play? I forget what I almost played. I think he thought I was going to play. Didn't matter. I played rook e3 check, which is crushing. No, rook
Oh, rook
e3
e3
check.
check, okay.
So if the
And now I'm
bishop
going to
takes-
double the rooks.
Nice.
And it's
And then that the bishop's gone.
and he resigned.
Oh wow, this is a brilliant.
Not the middle
Phew.
part of it, the last one.
Last one was
That was very
that's
good.
Oh,
was
my.
like a very interesting. Yes, and then
Not a
Queen
fool.
C1
Brings all the
was
pieces.
really something.
It just all worked.
Yes, yes. And then he got lucky, I must say, that he didn't really push the b5 at some point. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I thought he played a very good game.
He did. He
Yeah.
did indeed. Yeah. That was like really good.
So, anyway, thank you. I'm gonna go home.
Thank you. We'll get
See
some
you all
rest,
tomorrow.
Evan,
Yeah.
definitely, and good luck.
Good luck with
Thank
the rest
you.
of the tournament.
I'm gonna need, obviously, I'm gonna need luck.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Good night,
Okay.
everyone.
Good night.
Good night. So yeah, we have most of the games finishing up now. Can look at the updated results from upstairs and downstairs. So yeah, all the games are done from
For the senior, oh, for the girls too?
women's
We have
championship. We
only
have
one
one game.
game.
Friend Sam Sharf will be here
Oh.
fighting in board 5.
Yes, she told us earlier that she was preparing to play her, right?
Right, and we also have everything done in
For the seniors.
seniors.
We
We
have
have
two
board
more.
5 still going on.
Yeah,
And that was also a board we had some malfunctions in. So
true.
I want to go to the women's championship.
Let's go and then finish up our
See how they're
game.
going.
Yeah.
So yeah, we still have them playing against each other, Sam and Sahana.
Mm-hmm.
So just a little refresher here they usually take. And we were saying the dark square is going to be very
yes.
weak here, right?
Yes, I remember this game. Yep. What are you thinking here, Miguel?
I was trying to make e4 work, but
You
it
may
doesn't
have
seem.
that doesn't seem because the knight f4, I guess. So, and the knight.
Yeah, just pushing through, yeah, but
Yeah.
his knight here as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's
So I
good
think-
that they made this like the stronghold, the dark squares,
Mhm.
but I wanted to open this up. I guess not
I
yet.
totally agree with you. So maybe now he can, they can play e4. Oh, the c3.
Wow.
That
Nice one.
bishop, yeah, that bishop. They want the bishop.
Nice one from Sam.
Right.
And just leaving these passed pawns, pushing them
Right.
together. And their time is very comparable to each other too. One has 12 minutes, one has 8 minutes here near
Right.
the end.
Take.
After a few more moves.
Do you think it's gonna be enough?
Yeah, these pawns connected safely as long as the king safety lasts,
Yes.
right?
But the problem is with the B and C pawns, they cannot really move forward because the
Not yet. Maybe with the A pawn helping.
yeah.
But
So and then that's scary because of D pawn as well. So
yeah, both players have passers to focus on.
definitely.
Yeah, these are all the moves we got here.
Very exciting game, this one that we have. Then who else we have?
Serena gave us the review. Iris also came.
Mm-hmm.
We saw Aileen
Yeah.
suffer with the black pieces there.
Yes.
And we saw Yvette's game.
Mm-hmm.
Chloe came to talk about her game. I don't know if we watched how this one ended. Between RV and Fiona, and
I
it was
don't
this Catalan that we
Yes, I don't think we, yeah. Oh.
that of course I'm very interested in. Definitely been in this position. Definitely I think captured on c5 just to give my opponent the IQP in my mind as a nice target.
Mm-hmm.
I get comfortable on both sides. I just settle in. Like I
Yeah.
know what the goal is. Okay, right. So here we're arguing back and forth if we can play like e4 here and maybe change the weakness here.
Yeah.
Maybe e4 and then capturing on d5 and forcing the pawn to be here on d5. Because if the target's on c6, it feels like very hard to reach.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. So why is that a huge mistake?
I think did we not say this one goes to they're gonna trade here and nice on the c5, right? Remember? And they have the rooks on the b file.
Well, what is white supposed to do here instead of queen c3?
Mm,
just to play a3.
mm.
So they have like tempos here.
Oh, wait. Can you play a3? Is it not hanging? With the queen?
I'll trap your queen.
How would you check that?
No?
Really? Oh, there's a rook on f1. Oh my gosh, I totally missed that.
Nah, yeah,
Sorry.
it was the microphone. It was the microphone. But yeah, that pawn becomes a poison pawn. So we have a3,
A3?
and the rook would have to retreat, and then I guess the idea is to connect them. Oh
Well,
wait, we just win
no.
here.
You just, yeah, capture on c4. Yeah.
Yeah, we can capture on c4, and I think we're fine there.
Yeah.
So they had that little tactical chance here with
Yeah.
a3, they missed.
Yeah, so they could definitely. And then the queen c5 was definitely a very nice capture.
Mm-hmm.
And then they gave the isolated pawn here, right? Oh, well, I mean, oh, they took it with the pawn. So then they doubled the rooks, right? I think I remember this position.
Right. I think we reached
Really?
there. We announced
Because
this.
remember the bishop went to c8 and then came to a6. Did we not see this?
Right.
Yeah.
And then the kings got active.
Yes. This is, I think, where I was saying before.
Finally, d4. Yeah, I was trying to make that happen earlier. Okay. And then the rook's doubled up.
Yep.
And here, I guess we're looking at the final moves.
Yeah, I think this is the
But wow, it's going from like huge advantage for black, 3 points. And then suddenly it's equal.
yeah.
So already supposed to play? Or just to double up here and focus on this side of the board?
Yeah.
I don't understand why he's so much better than rook b8. I guess the a pawn is always going to be stopped.
Yeah.
They're going to get some pieces in front of it.
Yeah. Oh, this was the nice.
Oh,
Beautiful.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
Shuffling around, but they don't want to draw. And suddenly this move is losing.
Oh, that's interesting. How so?
Not quite sure.
I mean, we can give away the a pawn and then black can take the g pawn, and 3 pawns versus 1 on the king side is really good, and then the black king is kind of stopping the queen side. There's 2 pawns against the 1. I don't think white will have anything else against it.
Yeah, I'm not seeing much for.
But
I'm not understanding the end game plan here. Maybe the rook had to focus on these guys from advancing.
yes.
Are they just gonna push right away?
Uh,
Oh, what's the plan here?
g5. Can we do the g5 right away? And then kind of. Well, I have to
Trade up, get a pass
trade up.
bomb,
Yeah.
or make it an outsider?
Let's make it outsider. And then because also the king is far. Well, on g3 you can do that.
I see. So maybe he's too stuck here. It
Yeah.
says rook a3 is hugely mistake. He had a chance to play rook e7 and take. And this is not good either. Oops, what happened here? Sorry.
Yeah, in this
Yeah, I wonder. Instead of g6, they want h5.
to block it to make it outsider pawn h5, and then with the g5.
And then g5. Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's crazy how the bar just keeps going up and down here. Huge advantage for black.
Yeah.
And then it suddenly goes equal again. But yeah, it looks like they allowed now 2 pass pawns for the black pieces. And here, the game is over.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, rookie games are brutal. I mean,
Yeah,
I say I like to get into them, but
yeah, and
look at how it goes from -4 to equal, -4 to equal, almost like move to move.
Yes,
So
yes.
it's brutal to then after review and have the computer call you an idiot back to back.
Oh boy.
I mean, that's gonna be rough.
Mhm.
All right, so a couple games still left in the women's.
We have left now. What's under the which boards do we have now available?
So in the front room, let's see how Nico finished up this game here. It felt like it was gonna be very double-edged here with the rook being trapped and the queen still being on the board, but
Oh, so this is what happened.
White gave black a chance to trade queens there, which I think might be a mistake.
They took it and then c4. So they didn't take it on g5, the queen. They didn't risk it.
They didn't even risk it, yeah. They're holding on to that pawn. And now it's gonna be impossible to stop that pawn, yeah.
Pawn is running.
Running for real. He has to maybe take and then maybe double back to stop the other pawn. But here it's just
No, now this is like
completely lost, yeah. Suddenly.
it's unstoppable.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Rook-in game is so brutal.
Yeah, it is brutal.
One mistake. Okay, so it looks like this game is still going because yeah, we do not have a result for that board. And in the front room, we finally get a draw on board 5. In this position.
Do we have a
I think we reached.
They played g3. That's where we were at.
Right. We're wondering if they will take on h3 or they're gonna trade the bishop.
So they do take on e2.
Yeah, I wonder if taking on h3 was still worth it here.
Well, I don't know if it's worth it. Knight king goes to h2 and then you have to go knight h to g5. That's the only spot you have, and then I will trade with you. You're gonna give the white activation. The white will get activated, and then I don't know if it's worthy. Well, king takes on h3. I'll trade with you.
No, the bishop's covering these squares.
Yep.
I thought I had a quick attack. So
that bishop on c1 is not, it's a tricky bishop.
They always, once they move it back to home, I forget about them all the time. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so this is how they advance it.
Not worth it, the bishop for the rook here? I don't know, I'm very materialistic.
Trust me, what move your...
Bishop h3.
Bishop h3. Queen...
Like, it's not worth it for black. Black has decided it's not worth it to get the exchange here.
Interesting.
That's what they've decided, no?
Maybe on bishop h3, knight e4?
That's what they're worried about?
Maybe. Possible, who knows?
f5.
f5.
This
I don't.
dangerous.
I don't know. It's a checkmate. G2 is sitting checkmate. I can't. It's a tricky one. I thought I had it. Maybe it doesn't work knight there. Huh.
Yeah, I'm guessing they're just deciding the bishop for the rook isn't worth it here.
I guess the bishop is better, that the light square bishop. But as you said, I like the material a lot. So I'll definitely gone for the rook.
Yeah,
it looks always juicy.
It was simpler. Now they're dancing around this endgame. 3v4.
Now they got
2v3.
This is. Ooh.
I guess they're deciding this is not worth to deal with.
3 pawns? Rook b7. No. Rook b7.
Yeah.
If you take on b6, rook b7. And you cannot stop if you take with me. If you move the a7, it's coming.
Brutal.
So yeah, you cannot really. Go d5. Rook b7 is coming. Rook b7 is coming. You cannot stop me.
That pawn's moving no matter what, yeah.
Yeah, so you had
Okay,
to.
so he had to go into this and then take it anyways, and then trying to stop these two pawns.
And they agreed to.
They agreed to draw at this point.
Interesting. I couldn't stop it?
I mean,
What do you guys think?
even here,
Knight. Yeah, it's just tough.
I'm not sure what
I don't know.
if that's actually the last move or we're gonna get more moves. Yeah, see, so that move is still happening.
Yeah.
We're still getting the moves as
Yeah,
the
it's
game
because
is
of the
ending.
delay.
Yeah, the delay is the final game. But what, black doesn't have an advantage here? I'm just curious what the computer has to say. Yeah, black has to be winning here. And he can just win the pawns here, pick them up. As long as the knight takes care of the pawn here and the king
Well, we
takes
don't
care
know
of
what the
these
time
passed pawns.
control was it, so it could be also the time
There's
situation.
a lot of time pressure, yeah.
Yeah, the time pressure, so they couldn't really think through as much, so they
Mhm.
just took a draw, so that's a possibility.
Right, that would be in the seniors room.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we might be getting the final moves right now.
Okay, so
As it is supposed to match the 15-second delay here.
right.
Okay, and one game in the women's.
Yep.
The other Bushwick chess member here
Sam.
was
Right.
Sam, yeah.
And then this is a really interesting position because they sacrificed the piece, the bishop. I mean the knight. It was a knight that they sacrificed, and to gain this nice pass pawns. So let's
Now the
see.
attack on his king, the under king is
Yeah, that's a tough one to predict.
relentless.
Yes.
It looks like they're so close, but now it looks like it's so close, but now it seems the king's safety is going to be a factor.
Yeah, now like a rook h3 is looking very good, and with the checkmate ideas, right?
Permanently pinned here, protecting for the mate.
Yes, yeah.
If the mate doesn't happen.
I don't know, now it's gonna be really hard and tough.
Alright, that's them playing.
Okay.
Looks like we'll get that move in a second.
Oh, rook h3 came through. As we talked about it. The threat of checkmate, so I don't know what can black do here. If they play f6, it's not enough. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a good game at this point.
Yeah.
They're both down to a minute.
Yep.
So it's pretty much over. Alright, so that's the final game for today.
But that was a really, yes, that was a really good fight, definitely. A good game.
Yeah, it's a good chance. It's nice to see, even with the rating difference there, she's going for something so creative. Alright. Just trying to hold on there.
Yeah. But I don't think it's gonna be enough f6. There's a rook probably can get into f6, right? Oh, they did a check. Oh, you can then the check, I guess, and then play rook f6 because you're gonna be pinned.
I don't know.
Oh, there's the queen d4 check.
You can see.
I know this microphone is like.
Actually, what we can do is
It's fine.
lift this.
It's fine. Oh my gosh, you make my life so much better.
It might have been something.
The game's finished?
All right.
Oh. We don't have the results yet.
Yeah, so this is the final game we're curious about. Huh?
The white wins?
White one here.
Oh. So I guess they just came in through and then they told us the
That white wins there.
white wins.
There was the senior championship, so
It was a draw.
Salmatera in the lead, Grandmaster Sergey also. I gotta fix these names, put the full names over here on the website.
Yes.
I'll be working on that tomorrow before the round starts. Michael Rode, and Bonin with wins. A lot of players coming in with a half point bye tomorrow as well, including the
Asa.
Gladiator, Asa
Glad they
Hoffman.
Hoffman.
Yes. So that's gonna be fun to see him participate. He always has awesome stories to talk about and his experiences. And downstairs in the women's, no upsets. Everyone winning the games they're supposed to win here in round one. And pretty much half the um, point 0.5 of the field here,
Mm-hmm.
a third of the field with a half point bye coming in tomorrow. So be a full house. Um, 10 full DGT boards being
Yeah.
used tomorrow.
I
So I like the try that you did with those pass pawns.
Yeah, the sacrifice was very interesting, definitely.
Yeah, I was definitely a fan of it.
Did you use a computer?
No, we didn't for analysis, but
You don't know. I was just curious if there was
if there was a way out. You want to sit and talk about it if you want?
on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like to talk about your game? Yeah?
Yeah, in this position.
Maybe both of you come.
Yep.
Come.
Come.
You sit down.
Okay.
With the, and then you sit in the middle.
You got
Yep.
close something.
It's okay.
Oh,
That's just
That's
for.
all. Yeah.
Don't worry.
yeah, don't worry about it.
I'm tired. I hope I can still think about this game.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in prep until what move?
So this one is like a very
G6, Queen E2. Queen E2 I didn't look at, so I looked at Queen G5
Mm-hmm.
because you keep pressure here, and I had there was a tactical idea that I would have takes Queen C3,
Right.
but you would have had your queen here,
And take on.
but this also addresses that, so I just didn't look at it.
Yeah, I don't think I was much better in this middle game just because something about my setup seemed a little off. But
Mhm.
yeah,
Spent 20 minutes deciding what to capture.
um, but I think F5 should have been played at some point because
Yes.
then I can't open my Dirksford Bishop, and
I
that's
wanted
really
to
the
play
key of this
F5 here.
position.
I wanted to play F5 here, but there was something that I was afraid of. But you're probably right that shouldn't have been afraid of it.
I mean, can we done the F5 here? Let's take it back.
Yeah,
Oh.
after yeah.
So in this position.
Oh, and yes, F5 here I think was really strong.
Yeah.
I
Because
was actually
Bishop has to go to C2
Mm-hmm.
because if you go here, and then now I'd have C3,
You have a C3 here.
yeah.
and
Now this bishop is like.
and I saw this. I was like kicking myself after. But yeah, you could also go
And
Bishop
then
E1.
And the bishop C4, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah. So you could also go. Wait, go back. You could
Mhm.
also go to Bishop would go to F1.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sorry.
F3.
F3, the same problem happens. I mean, I meant
Mhm.
to say B1. It's late.
Yeah, so F5 was like, yeah,
So
so
if you can go back one move, so we go to Bishop
B1. Bishop, white, B1.
Yeah, B1.
And now that idea doesn't work as well.
Yeah, but you don't.
Yeah, if after say
can-
knight d5, it's a dominating position.
Yeah, and I saw that like it was another instance of like me making a move and then seeing a better move, like a really good move after I hit my clock, and that's what happened.
Yeah, they can play knight d5, you can play b5, and then, focus protecting the c pawn, and then you kind of stopping the opening up the pawns and opening up that bishop.
I think after she did not play f5, like in this position, after I played f5, I kind of took control of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I'm able to get my bishop open, then it's pretty much over for black. Yeah, I thought this piece sacrifice was interesting.
I had to do it, I think, because I just get destroyed if I don't, right? Like what would I do? Knight f6 maybe? That's like the only knight move that makes sense.
Yeah, and
Knight f6.
oh, sorry, c3, bishop a1, and I would probably go queen h4 here.
Yeah, and I thought that looked pretty stupid.
Yeah, but
Yeah, this one is at the interesting position. So, you don't have enough pieces kind of to protect the king, even though the bishop is locked out.
Yeah, it was kind of an issue because I had trouble, like, I thought I had like a win at the cusp, but I had trouble because my pieces weren't like in their ideal spots.
Right.
And I think obviously here I had like full control.
Yeah,
But
now it's
here I definitely should have just taken.
Oh yeah, I saw you had that.
Yeah, and this should be winning for me. But I didn't want to repeat again, which was why I played Queen F3. But
I mean, here it might still be interesting. I don't know.
yeah, but yeah, I managed to get my rook on the e file and push my pawn. I think the main issue for black here, it's just the king is weak. So if you manage to defend the king, maybe black can get away with this. Yeah, but it was a really interesting game.
there was a final move, day 5, guys. So
No,
they were
it's still moves coming
yeah,
in.
there were I don't have my notation sheet with me, but I believe I played.
I should have played Rook H7 here.
Yeah, with the H2.
Oh, I can't play Rook H7
because the
it's
G6
That's why I played
F5 you have to play.
Yeah, and then
Doubling the rook.
And then now maybe. Can you go back a move? It's before Queen D7. I
Could you
could play
play-
a Rook H7 here. Is that terrible?
I just go H3, I think.
And then
Oh, it's worth a try.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, you can go.
Yeah, but
15 minutes, right? Or delay? 15 minutes.
yeah, I think at this point I was already winning because with this threat, like it's hard for black to make any move, so yeah.
Yeah, I just
missed rook f7, but I
my
think
brain was done. I was so tired.
but I think in this position it's still probably winning for me because I have threats of rook e7. I'm not sure exactly how to do it though. Yeah, sure. Yeah, so I probably just have rook e7
Rook
next.
E7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, this should be game over.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. Well, good luck.
See you.
Good luck tomorrow. It was a really awesome
Thank
game.
you.
All right.
Okay, I think that was
That
that was a final game.
Yes,
So
that was final game.
we're off tomorrow around 1 p.m. We'll be online again, going over. All right, so we'll see all of you next time. Hope you'll join us tomorrow for rounds 2 and 3. Okay, everyone have a good night. Bye.
Bye bye.